Ricky Hunt had the answers for you. Tonight, district play opens as the Alva Gold Bugs face the mighty Millwood Falcons. The Gold Bugs are 1-2 on the season. Last week, they lost to Fairview by the score of 60-28. Despite that loss last week, they are more than capable of putting points on the board. Alva is looking to get off to a fast start tonight and make the Falcons play uphill. Welcome to Falcon Pregame. I'm Maurice Prince, joined by the coach in the box, Coach Gary Wood. Coach Wood, good evening to you. How you doing, sir?
Coach Woods is excited because it is homecoming here at L.W. Good Stadium on the campus of Millwood High School, and there's nothing like a homecoming football night, especially when the temperature is going to be what? At sundown, about 89?
By the time it drops down, it'll drop down a little later, but currently at kickoff, it'll be right around 89 degrees.
Yeah. But beautiful night tonight. And so if you're in the area, if you are interested to see how Millwood does a homecoming, and if you're wanting some of the best food and concession stands that we have in the Oklahoma City metropolitan area, come on up to Millwood High School. Check it out. Come be a part of the culture.
Now, through 3 games, Coach, we've seen this team grow. Yep. The team that lost to Heritage Hall week 1 last week showed everyone that they've been learning some things. What is the next step in the maturing process for the team?
Well, I think when looking at, the Falcons, both offensively and defensively, and this is just my coaching observation, defense is ahead of the offense right now. Defense has to play well until the offense kind of comes along. And, of course, they're in the process of still trying to finalize or solidify an identity offensively. And so, again, we're in that maturation process, right? We got a freshman quarterback. We're playing a lot of sophomores. Of course, our better players are standing up, and they're doing their jobs with Carlos Strong and Ricky Hunt. They're doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing. Of course, we still have Jaden Nickens, who's out there making plays, as well as some of the other players that are out there in the secondary, like my man Willie Mays. Those are the guys who are out there getting it done. But again, this is a team that's still growing, still developing, and so they have to mature. They have to do things the right way. They have to, protect the football, minimize the mistakes, and put and sustain a drive. They have to put a drive together and sustain it to really, really reach that championship level.
And we'll talk about that because that's the maturing process for this team. And again, it's not about the football you play at the beginning of the season. It's about the football you play at the end of the season. I want to make sure we thank all our sponsors tonight. Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rate Sod Seed, First Security Bank, Chris and Christie Heritage Funeral Home, A-Plus Lawn Service, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, Super Prep, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, and Lemoore's Family First DUI School. We got a lot to get to tonight, so we're looking forward to bringing it to you. When we come back from break here in just a moment, we're going to hear from Coach Darwin Franklin, going to get his thoughts about the game last week, and we'll talk to him about a few other subjects as well. We'll get Gary's keys to the game and then talk a little bit more about this Alva Gold Bug team. New district this year, new opponents for the Falcons. We'll see how they line up on just the other side of the break. As for now, we'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
It's 25% off. That means $50 OZs are just $37.50. Don't settle for imposters. There's only one Route 66 dispensary, and it's at 3801 North Portland. If you went anywhere else, you paid too much.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
From executive producers Kerry Washington and Larry Wilmore, Reasonable Doubt is a brand new sexy Hulu original that centers on Jack Stewart, played by Emiyatsi Kurinaldi. Jax is a high-powered criminal defense attorney who bucks the system every chance she gets. She's also juggling a rocky marriage, a high-profile murder case, and the sudden return of an old flame. So yes, it will be messy, and you will not want to miss it. Reasonable Doubt premieres September 27th, streaming only on Hulu.
The winner serves all, deal.
Is this your queen?
Man, is that the 4th time? I lost count.
But hold on. I'm a loving queen. I got McDonald's.
Big Mac and Quarter Pounder. And McNuggets?
Along with the queen. There's a deal for every victory at McDonald's. Buy one of your faves, like a Big Mac, Quarter Pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets, and get another for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper pet kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part, Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, because shed happens.
When flying insects show up in your home, how do you get rid of them? Hopelessly clapping every single one? Aimlessly swatting back and forth? Hanging fly strips in your living room? Ew, ew, ew. Instead, try Zevo Traps. Zevo uses light, not odor or chemical insecticides, to attract and trap bugs, working continuously so you don't have to. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly. Now at a store near you.
Welcome back to Falcon Pregame. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call this evening. Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores is a proud sponsor of Millwood Falcon football. Love's is a proud community supporter of Falcon sports. Also want to thank SSM Health. Let the orthopedic experts at SSM Health, Bone and Joint Hospital help you get moving again. Call for an appointment today, 405-218-2530. Pregame continues, Gary. And, you know, when you saw the game like Soul Bowl a couple of weeks ago, and then you get back in the trenches with a team that plays like Davis, and when we talk about Scott City last week, adjustments have to be made, and the Falcon team made that adjustment. That was exciting to see that they knew how to stay in a you want to say a 10-round fight.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what they played last week.
Yeah, in the words of Al Davis, just win, baby, just win. And that's exactly what they did. You know, they did what they have to do to close the game out. Of course, everybody making making plays when they needed to. And defense, of course, stepping up and playing extremely well. Especially missing key players, right? So we had Cameron Carter, he's out with an AC sprain to one of his shoulders. So we won't have him tonight. So, you know, talking with Coach Donovan Woods, he's been, you know, again, making the necessary adjustments, trying to find players that are improving, getting them more playing time. And then, of course, offensively, they're continuing to gel and continuing to form an identity. That's what's going to be key each individual week as they go against better competition. Hopefully, by playoff time, they're championship ready.
Had a chance to talk with Coach Franklin a little bit before the game. This was his reaction to the win over Scott City.
Getting the win was the biggest thing. Really liked how our defense played. Played a really good job. Gave them a short field so many times. Offense gave defense a short field, which a lot of the guys on defense are offense. So they gave it to themselves in a short field, and then had to turn around and defend it. Just didn't do a good job the first half of blocking up front. Had two guys that were starters that were out. on that O-line. It showed a little bit, but then they got going, which was good because it gave them some confidence in the second half. I mean, it was a good win against a really good different kind of team, especially for what they do. You know, that it wasn't a team that was going to throw the ball around a whole bunch. It was a team that was going to ground and pound. And if you didn't understand how to play it, understand how to balance up, how to get aligned, they would exploit you. You know, so it made our guys be a little bit more disciplined. But it was good to get a win. Special teams was great. You know, defense was keeping things locked down. Special teams was swinging momentum. And then when it was offense's turn to ground it out, they were able to finish it up, you know, and that was a beautiful thing.
A beautiful thing indeed from Coach Franklin as he was talking about and his reaction. And Coach Woods, all I'm going to say is you don't hear Coach Franklin elaborate too long on a win.
Right.
That's about as much as you're ever going to get from him in regards to a positive situation. What were your thoughts about his comments?
Well, you know what? He was right. I mean, he's of course, his statements are always rooted in accountability. It's rooted in, hey, when you have adversity, we're going to see how you're going to respond. We're going to see if you got the character to dig yourself out of tough situations. He said it. He called it like it was. Offense, put defense in bad situations, but defense figured out a way to preserve the win. And then, of course, members of the offense made plays to pull out the victory. So that's telling you right now that, there's some good coaching going on out there. Guys are playing. In fact, I was talking with Donovan. He said there were some times, like I said, Scott City's kind of like Davis, ground and pound, kind of physical play. They went unbalanced a couple of times. We didn't line up right to it. But then he said, but Carlos Strong beats the double team and makes a tackle for a loss, and he's just said, you know what? God is good, and I'm glad Carlos Strong is on my team. So, I mean, that is, again, we have those types of players, and that's always a good thing. He said the same thing about Miko Levine. He said the same thing about Ricky. He said the same thing about Willie Mays. I tease him. I call him Willie Mays Hayes. But he said the same thing about my man Willie. So we got the players. It's just a matter of going through the process, right, and coming together and gelling and building on these wins, and I think they'll continue to do that tonight.
Coach Franklin also made some comments, and I asked him about the development of the quarterback. I mean, not too many teams start a freshman quarterback at this level anymore. I mean, it used to be unless you had if you had choices, you chose not to.
Right.
But in this case, you have one here with C.J. Turnbull. He has had for our first 3 games, he's had some highs, he's had some lows, he's had some lefts, he had some rights, and then he's had some amazing moments. So I asked Coach Franklin about his development, and this is what Coach Franklin had to say.
Through 3 games, he's doing a good job. There's things that you see the freshman in him. Still picking up some things, but he grasps it real well. He grasps it fast. Studies the game. I think he's having fun. He's developing his leadership, which is huge for a freshman to lead a bunch of other guys that might have been playing a while. But those guys also encourage him to be that. So they want him to be that guy to say what he got to say. He's developing his voice, and he's not a rah-rah guy. Understand that he's not a Tebow. He's not going to jump in there and get everybody going. He's going to say what he got to say, and that's going to be it. And you got to understand what he means when he says that.
Coach, when you're a freshman, you don't have a lot of things to say because the guys above you have been through the trenches.
Right.
So you want to make your point and then move on.
Yeah, you're the newbie. They're looking at you like, all right, now you haven't busted a single grape.
Yeah.
But hey, you're the guy. The coach tapped you on the shoulder. You're in here. Mo, I really, really like this kid as a coach. I really like him. He is mature beyond his years. He's polished. He's one of those kids who's benefited from that specialized training, quarterback training. And early on, I'm calling it right now, I think this kid will be a great Millwood quarterback. I see him right now in terms of his style, his technique. He looks a lot like Shedeur Sanders at Jackson State. That's what he looks like. He's about 6 foot. 6'1". He's probably still growing. The kid will probably grow well until he's 18 years old, probably 19. I mean, he's looking the part, and I'm really excited to see. I really project him as being, if he hangs in here and doesn't get hurt, and Millwood continues to grow and develop and build around him, I think this could be like the next great quarterback type player for the Falcons.
It's interesting you say that, but to me, I like the fact of how much control he has or how much support he has from the veteran players. Ricky Hunt has every right to be a star of this team, and automatically when you say Millwood, if you're not mentioning him as one of the playmakers in the game, that's something wrong with you.
Right.
But that being said, Ricky Hunt, last game, as you're watching him, is encouraging this young man.
Yeah.
And the growth that we saw from Ricky from the offseason, winning the basketball championship, I told everybody from the offseason, I said he might be more dangerous now than any other player that you've ever seen, because now he's learning to trust his teammates. Instead of getting upset at the freshman throwing a touchdown, he's in his ear encouraging him.
Yeah, do that. Good throw,
He's in there saying, don't stop.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's what allowed the team to make the mature jump from the week before to this week. To me, that's something that stands out. That's something that shows. And again, we don't know how far the curve and how much he's going to learn this year in terms of C.J. Turnbull will learn. But when you got the support of your teammates, a lot of good things happen. In the game, just to let everybody know, if you didn't have a chance to see the game or hear the game last week, there were 3 deep shots he had in the game. 2 of them to Xavier Thompson, where Xavier either didn't finish the route or he overthrew it. They weren't on the same page. They had 3 or 4 connections, but in the second half of the game, they got on the same page. And when Millwood needed a score, they were able to connect for a 68-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
And in that pass sequence, it was the same read as it was before, but it was the confidence of the 2 duos growing together, learning together, and Xavier being a diaper dandy, as you called him last year, was a freshman.
Right.
Now meshing together with CJ, CJ's a freshman. That's a bond that you might see put up some major points over the next few years if you're a Falcon fan.
Mo, you are right. I mean, there are veteran players. There are just players, period, that surround and support CJ. I mean, when you look at the fact that, okay, you got Ricky Hunt. There's a reason why Ricky Hunt has 6 Division I offers, okay? He's an All-Stater. He's a preseason All-Stater. The kid will probably leave here as a high school All-American. He's an outstanding player. Then you got Miko Levine, who is ranked for his class. He's in the junior class. He's going to be a regionally ranked linebacker. Then you got the Cameron Carter, who's hurt right now, but he's also a kid that's going to get offers. We know Carlos Strong is already receiving offers. I project Carlos Strong to be somewhere between a 1AA type program, Division II, but he's already had offers. And then you have my man Jaden Nickens in his first year playing. He's already accumulated 3 Division I offers in football, and he's a Power 5 kid when it comes to basketball, which I'm predicting that he may very well be an NIL kid one day. So the talent, like you said, is surrounding these guys. And there's other guys that I haven't mentioned. So parents, if you're listening to me, I'm not snubbing your kid. We just have so much time doing this broadcast and pregame. But there's a ton of talent here at Millwood. And the only thing they're missing is just the game time, real life experience that's going to bring this team together, force it to gel, and kind of like apply that heat to really make that sharp on both sides.
Time for us to hit a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about Alva on the other side and give you some stats that you might not know about. And we'll talk about that on the side of the break as we get you ready for kickoff. We're officially 9 minutes and 7 seconds away from kickoff. Football on a Friday night. I know you could go to the fair. I know you're thinking about the fair, but they got fair food here.
Yep, right.
It's
better than fair food.
And so if you want to see a good game on a beautiful Friday night in September, second to the last one of the month, come on out to LW Good Football
You
Stadium.
can't get a fried pork chop at the fair.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Okay.
Not at the fair.
All right. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Long live the Queen. There's a deal for every victory at McDonald's. Buy one of your faves, like a Big Mac, quarter pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets, and get another for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey y'all, this your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Are you in need of someone making your lawn look good? Have you ever seen a lawn with a blue or green paint on it and wondered what that was? The blue and green paint is a weed killer chemical that will make your lawn look green, full, and healthy. Oh, and will kill the weeds too. Do you want your home lawn or company lawn to look green, full, and healthy? Then call the professionals at A+ Lawn Service. Right now, they're offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre if you have a large area you'd like serviced. Owner Milo Wilson and his company have been servicing OKC for over 10 years. And they offer lawn services, landscaping, and much more. Call 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382 for A+ Lawns and Services.
Welcome back to Falcon Pregame. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call. The field is in great condition tonight. For the first time, you get to see blue numbers on the field tonight.
Yep.
I was out here yesterday talking to Coach Franklin, watching one of the practices, and in doing so, got to see the little robot that paints the field. And I'm sitting there going, okay, what's that doing?
Right.
And he said, oh, no, just sit back, let it do its thing. And then watching it paint the field, that was amazing to watch that device do that. I mean, technology is amazing.
I've not seen it, so yeah.
You know, so that being said, field's in great condition. Game time temperature will be about 91 degrees, and into the fourth quarter, as Coach Wood said a little bit earlier, the temperature will fall into, I'd say, the mid-80s, and if we pick up a little bit of a breeze, it might drop a little lower than that. We'll see. When it comes to playmakers, the Gold Bugs are loaded with them. Senior Weston Tucker, 164 pounds, running back Drake Wharton, wide receiver on the outside, and so up as Philip Randall. Both of those guys know how to make points and put points on the board quickly. When you start looking at these teams, Coach Dave Foster is the head coach of Alva. And one thing I want to put out, in the 3 games, even though they played Purcell, Gary, they lost to Purcell 40-34. They beat Thomas Fay 44-20, and they lost to Fairview 60-28. Don't be fooled. They're averaging about 35.3 points per game. So which means is, as a young team, they're still explosive, and they like to play top-heavy on the night. So as you're looking at things, that's something to put in your cup as your tea or your pop or your water tonight as you're drinking it. As far as the Falcons, through 3 games, they're averaging 34.3. But the difference in this game tonight, Gary, I think it's all about defense. Alva, over the course of the season, is giving up 40 points per game, while the Falcons are giving up 18.3 points per game. And to me, that is the hidden statistic in this all tonight. If the Falcons can be better on defense tonight, and we really don't know, because I can't tell you very much about Purcell. I can't tell you very much about Fairview. So we'll find out how good they are. But as it stands defensively, Millwood's 22 points better from them in terms of shutting a team down.
Right.
Offensively, the Millwood Falcons have got to be on top of their game tonight. So what if you had to give keys to the game, Gary, what would be your keys to the game for the Falcons?
Well, I would say this, the offense is going to have to, come out and play a little bit faster in terms of execution and the ability to control the football game, control the clock, possession, and do this without turning the ball over, or do this without having penalties that force them to give up field position, and put that pressure on special teams, even though special teams did play well last week. And then also, defense is going to have to continue doing what it's been doing, right? They're going to have to continue to shut out teams and really, play really, really good fundamental defense, get turnovers, give the ball back to the offense, give them some second chances, if you will. So that's all extremely important in terms of keys to the game. It just boils down to it. Time of possession, offense can't take forever, right? Defense can't play on the negative side of the field, and we got to make sure we control the penalties and the turnovers.
Now, if you weren't paying attention, for those at home, let me tell you how Gary Wood scored it up. He said no turnovers, be smart on your fundamentals tonight, and dominate in time of possession tonight on both sides of the ball. In other words, if your defense get out 3 and out, if your offense sustain drives and win that side of the ball.
Yep.
So those are the keys to the game tonight. On the field right now, if you look on the field, right now the Falcons are on there ready for the coin toss. And the officials for tonight's game is referee Marcus Walker, umpire Jerry Kuntz, line judge Trenton Williams, head linesman Archie Chappelle, and then finally back judge Harmon Ray. And Harmon Ray was big on me on making me I get Archie Chappelle's name right.
That's right.
Because he says he has somebody listening. So I dare somebody to tell him I got the name wrong. That's what I'm going to tell you tonight. So Gary, on the first possession, early in the games, the Falcons have had turnover issues.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the gate. Sometimes it's just a mental mistake. Sometimes it's pressing. What do you think is the key to getting the team to settle in tonight early on? What's the key to getting it done?
Run the football. Run the football. Come out with some creativity. Run the football. Ease this young quarterback into the game, throwing the ball by only making him or allowing him to throw the ball in safe scenarios where he can make the high percentage throws with minimal risk. Get his confidence going early. Get your offensive line's confidence going right away, in terms of protection, in terms of drive blocking. Get Ricky the ball, get Miko Levine the ball early, let them get the juices flowing.
I think that's really the key in a lot of it. And also one of the things that young teams have to do, and the coaching staff as well, got to adjust to how the officials call the game.
Yeah.
In all 3 games, there have been highs and lows, and I'm not here criticizing officials. I'm just saying a lot of extremes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're not being consistent on both sides. It's just one game, it's holding is one thing.
Right.
The next game, holding is something else.
Right.
And it's all based upon the eye of the official. But once the officials make that determination, you got to close your mouth and play the game.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, and I will say this, the head coach does have a right to express his concerns to the official. And last week, there was a situation where the head coach was not allowed to express himself. So again, I think that some of the officials, they need to be consistent as a group, as a collective group, because again, we can't have a situation where not even the head coach can ask a question.
No, you're absolutely right about that, Gary, and that's something that over the course of the night you have to, again, sometimes officials get annoyed. There are humans too.
Right.
But there are certain courtesies you expect,
right.
and that needs to be maintained by both.
Yeah, it's the common practice. Hey, Mo, before you know, the Falcons lined up to kick off, I want to give a special shout out to two Greek letter organizations. In fact, we've been having, you know, our fraternity and sororities in Oklahoma City. A lot of our graduate chapters have been coming and volunteering at Millwood and helping to support the faculty and staff here, as well as the athletic program. And I'd love to give a special shout out to the men of Omega Psi Phi. They are actually working the front gate and taking tickets and volunteering and everything, and making sure that everything is going well up front and smooth up front. And then also to my fraternity, the Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, they are actually at the multi-sport and are playing a pivotal role in helping to put the blow-up tunnel together, as well as they're manning the multi-sport, because tonight is homecoming and there's going to be, you know, plenty of the students going in and out of the multi-sport. So they're going to be there to help handle and coordinate efforts there. So my hat's off to these two fraternities, and thank you so very much for your service.
We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony's.
KRMD, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, a Ferry Broadcasting station.
Oklahoma City. Yes, sir. Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms. With our 2022-2023 Student of the Month program, each month a chosen high school student will be selected for Student of the Month. The winner will automatically qualify to be selected for Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to a college of their choice. Please take time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom and as a citizen in our community. Just go online to theblackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
And we are back. It's homecoming night, so that means something special is going to be going down at halftime. We'll bring you all that as it develops on tonight. Want to thank those who are volunteering at schools everywhere, whether it's a fraternity, sorority, or any community organization. Giving back to the youth shows them how they can give back when they become, and that's how we keep the cycle going there.
That's right. That's right.
So as it starts off tonight, we will have the Falcons are going to receive the ball first, and they're going to be coming from the north end zone.
Set the kickoff. Falcons set to receive.
And now we're getting set to go. Kickoff is away. Are getting set to kick off. 12 minutes on the clock. Everybody is set. And there's the whistle. Time to play some football.
High onside.
High onside kick that goes out of bounds. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at that spot. I mean, it didn't even get past the 40-yard line of the Falcons. So extremely short kickoff, plus field position for them right now as the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say at the 40-yard line. They're going to spot it, it looks like, at the 42, Gary.
Wow, I'm always curious, Mo, how they judge when or.
The official, Marcus Walker, is going to say false start against Millwood, but it didn't look like anybody was set on that play.
I think the game clock ran out. It should have been a delayed game. I'm seeing 25 seconds sitting up there. I didn't see, I mean, they just kind of came out on the field and line.
Coming in, that was not, you know, a part of the correct formation either. So now going to work.
Interception.
Voss is intercepted, coming across as number 7, who picks the ball off, Dalen Malone.
Junior got 14 yards out of it, and then all the other plays were pass plays in which, what did happen? You know, we got an interception out of the deal. Again, it's important that you establish, running the football establishes your offensive line, and it establishes a base rhythm and flow for your offensive execution.
The Gold Bugs are trying to run what looks like the old wing-back formation when you've got 2 tight ends offset off the line to scrimmage. A lot of backfield motion back there, but the Falcons were not fooled into the backfield immediately and caused a turnover on, caused a loss on the play, loss of 3, second down and 13.
Yeah, that was Mr. Prince Gabriel. He's been actually playing extremely well this season.
So
Ball went outside to Ricky Hunt on the outside zone. I thought he was going to actually use a stiff arm, but instead he just hit another.
You fan, have you checked out PJ Mills in the evening or the morning rush with Jay Swig? Make sure you do. Tune in to CBS Sports Radio 105.3, the leader in sports. We'll be coming back on the other side. After this timeout, you're listening to Millwood Falcon football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Back to live action now, and it looks like we're going to punt the ball away. And the Falcons get into the backfield and almost break it up. Xavier is trying to track it down, but the ball's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. Going to mark the ball right about the 30-yard line where it goes out.
That was a smart play by the Alva Go Bugs, punting that ball away from the returners from Millwood out of bounds. So that, again, directional punting, that's definitely a good approach to ensuring that they try to at least not give up any big plays to the Falcons.
8-0 is the score. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter right now. Sun is beginning to set here at L.W. Good, the Otis Robinson Field. And the Falcons got a full house backfield right now. Wishbone. Coming across the formation is Miko Levine. And CJ steps back, has a receiver open across the middle of the field, tries to hit Nickens, and that pass is intercepted. He telegraphed it, and it's going to be intercepted for the second time tonight. This time Drew Glass gets his hands on it. And CJ mistaken that play, Gary, is he basically telegraphed the throw. The safety in the back could read his eyes and followed his eyes to the ball.
Right. I mean, again, safe throws are throws that are made to the outer thirds of the field versus throwing the ball across the field, especially when you got a single high safety. So, again, it's just, the second interception early in the game.
All right, going to work. This time they're going to put the ball up, throwing the ball deep to the outside, and that pass should have been caught. Campbell, I want to say Gaseford, was running. I couldn't see what kind of route he ran, Gary. Was it just a seam route that he ran?
Yeah. He just ran like a either a skinny post or a 9 route. He ran it to the inside. The ball was laid up. He just mishandled it, but he definitely had a step on the Falcons' defensive cornerback.
So incomplete pass, second down and 10. Of course, the quarterback is Gaseford. He's under center this time. And going to run the ball and give it in the hands of Wharton. Wharton takes the ball down to the 41-yard line, gain of 2.
Yeah, they come back to the run, and, of course, the Falcons doing a good job of being tough up front against the run.
So now, let's see what Gaseford decides to do here. Now, he's lined up in so many different things, and Gary, in this particular offense that the Gold Bugs are running, players are interchangeable. They line up, some as receivers, sometimes they line up as the up back. They can line up anywhere in that double wing.
Right.
coming across the formation.
Reverse.
This time it's a double reverse. They want to set up a pass, and this time the ball is loose on the carpet. McElwee's trying to get it, but it looks like it's going to be recovered by the Gold Bugs back at the 44-yard line.
Man, let me tell you, it is dangerous trying to run a double reverse against a team like Millwood, whose defensive front gets so much penetration. You know, plays like that have a tendency to get blown up before they even get started because, you know, you got guys in the backfield like Miko Levine and like Carlos Strong and Prince Gabriel. They are like, you know, playing with their ears pent back. And so that's a dangerous play.
So now, 4th down, they're just going to go ahead and go for it. Double wing again, and they're going to fake it. This time, Gatesford's going to run to the outside and try to throw a screen pass, and it's caught by Wharton, but nothing doing there. It's not going to be enough. Turnover on downs. It's going to be Falcon football. What a great job. The Gold Bugs offense, Gary, is kind of stuck in the mud, it looks like, because of the speed of the Falcon defenders.
Right. Running sideline to sideline is not the ticket. The ticket is to, you know, have quick hitters, you know, try to make sure that you get the ball, hand off, get downhill straight ahead so that you can get 2 or 3 yards before the defense has a chance to react, and also throw vertically downfield and out, you know, to isolated receiver side, to the one-on-one side. That is what I would do if I was the Gold Bugs.
Under 3 minutes to go, and this time the ball gets in the hands of Big Meach. Meach runs over 2 or 3 Bugs, dragging them to nearly midfield. Going to be brought down at about the 49-yard line, Gary.
Yeah, that was actually a good play. Meach, you know, of course, it looked like he, got 8 yards on that carry, so outstanding carry. You know, good play call, coming right out, running the football.
So Meach on the carry there with a gain of 8, setting up 2nd down and what will be 2. Falcons once again, wishbone, if you will. 2 receivers split on either side. Here comes Meach across the formation again, sets up on the right side of the line. Ball is snapped. This time CJ busted play. Somebody wasn't where they're supposed to be, but CJ knew what he's supposed to do. He's still on his feet. He's dragging down the field. Going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line. What a job. What a play by CJ. Again, you know, sometimes when life gives you lemons, Gary, you make lemonade.
Yeah,
the Falcons did a good job of it on that play.
What was that, like a 20-yard gain?
He takes the ball down to the 33-yard line. That was a gain of 19, sir.
Yeah, well, I eyeballed it. But anyway, yeah, even when it's a busted play, when you get a hat on a hat and everybody's blocking, you know, all you got to do is go be a good athlete.
All right, wishbone formation again. 2 receivers split, or nearly the diamond, if you will, almost. Yep. Ball's going to be thrown to the outside of Ricky Hunt.
Good block by Levine.
He's got plenty of space. Somebody's trying to strip it out of Ricky Hunt. Good luck with that. Ricky Hunt's going to take the ball inside the 25-yard line down to the 22. Are they saying move the chains? And they are. Move the chains for the Falcons.
Well, you know, trying to strip the ball from Ricky, you know, you're just going to have to almost catch him if he drops it. I mean, you're not going to just take it out of his arms. The kid spends too much time in the weight room.
Gain of 11. So 1st and 10 now from the 22. Wishbone formation. Diamond. 2 receivers split. Ball is split. Going to throw it to the outside, Ricky Hunt. And that was close to a backwards pass. They're going to mark it down because, Gary, that was definitely backwards.
Yeah.
They were looks like they were trying to set up the reverse pass, the running back pass. Because Ricky Hunt is a quarterback and is capable of throwing it. So that loss is going to be credited to CJ. He's going to move the ball back to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 18 now. So
ball was thrown a little low, and Ricky was like ready to go. He was ready to run or do whatever it was he was assigned to do.
3 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers split. Minute 28 to go, and this time they give it to Ricky Hunt. He's got a crease. He's at the 20. Cuts to the outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was a great block by J.D.
30-yard touchdown run by Ricky Hunt Jr.
That's what happens when the blocking comes together. Execution. Ricky made the right cut at the right time, set up the block for Jaden. Jaden got a pancake out there. Love it when wide receivers get out front and block. You know, most of the time those guys run downfield looking pretty, but not here, not at Millwood. They block.
I don't think the Gold Bugs are used to such more physical receivers.
Right.
And 19 seconds on the play clock. The Falcons are up 14-0, going for 2. Ricky Hunt running the wild bird, if you will. 3 receivers, twins to the outside, to the right side, I should say. Meach comes across the formation, lines up as a tight end. And Ricky Hunt looking for some space to operate, and he's going to fire it. And the pass is incomplete on that play.
Yeah, slightly threw it behind the receiver. He had a receiver that was open. That pass was intended.
I didn't see who it was intended for.
Zakiya Madison. I can't see with the lights out.
Okay.
But anyway. There we go. All right. Yeah, Zakiya Watson. So anyway, he was trying to get the ball to Zakiya in the back of the end zone. He was wide open. The ball was just thrown slightly behind him.
And as it stands right now, the Falcons are up 14-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Welcome back to LW Good. 14-0 is our score. And right now the Falcons are picking on the bugs right now, Gary, early in this. Falcons have given away the ball twice. It hasn't cost them right now, but the defense has been on top of its game.
Right.
And so has the Falcon running game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Falcon running game has been good. I mean, I'd really, again, I would say that the interceptions that the Falcons committed early on might have been a little bit unnecessary if they just would have ran the football. And then probably, midway through the first quarter, then you start kind of easing up, throwing the ball here or there, because really it's really about managing CJ, right? It's about his confidence as a passer. He has the tools, he has the technique, he has the arm. It's really about him learning, growing, and getting confidence, that missing piece.
All right, so they're going to change the spot of the ball. They're going to move the ball. They're going to move the ball ahead up to the 45-yard line. Double wing, handing the ball to Wharton once again. Nothing doing there.
Wow.
You're going to say he got a gain of 2. That was a very favorable spot. They're sending the ball to the 47-yard line. Yeah. I don't see how he got that.
I didn't see it at all. I sat there and watched Carlos Strong split a double team, beat the man across his face, and make the play in the opposite gap on the other side of the center. So, again, in order for him to do that, he had to be in the backfield.
Right, exactly. Double wing once again. Gaithford under center. Ball is snapped. He's going to drop back in the pocket, throw to the outside. This time he's got a little bit too much pepper on it, and this time he threw it into double coverage. The Falcons had him well bracketed on that play, Gary.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm noticing a little bit is that, the receiver from Alva, Tucker, he's doing a decent job of getting behind the Falcon defenders, and some of that has to do with the fact that the Falcon defenders kind of have their eyes in the backfield. They're looking at that play action motion that Alva is running, and it's causing them to get sucked in on the run. They need to backpedal.
Double wing, and this time Wharton, this time nothing doing. He's going to be swallowed up amongst many Falcons on that play. Tackle led by Jordan Johnson. Carlos Strong was also in the area. Actually, Carlos Strong wasn't even in the sequence there. That's also, I want to say, Kyan Searles also on that play there. Loss of 1 is what they're going to say overall on the play.
Yeah, we call that a host of Falcons.
Yes, a flock of Falcons.
Flock of Falcons, yeah.
So at the end of the play, it's going to end up being 4th down and 9, and it looks like the Gold Bugs will punt the ball away. Standing back at the 20-yard line is the sophomore sensation.
There you go. That's what he's graduated.
You can't be a diaper dandy anymore. Sophomore sensation,
good punt.
Xavier, who's going to catch it or let the ball bounce. And he's going to field it inside the 20-yard line at about the 18. He's trying to turn the corner.
He got numbers.
The 30. He's got numbers. He's got a wall. He's at the 50-yard line. He's at the 40.
There
he's
it
at
is.
the 30. He's at the 20. You're not going to catch him all the way to the house. Goes Xavier Thompson. On cue, the sophomore sensation to the house.
sophomore sensation.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Yes, sirree. All of 125 pounds, but he's deadly. I'm telling you, you punt him the ball, you throw the ball his way, he's going to make you pay for it. And so if I'm Alva, I'm punting the ball out of bounds. I'm not punting it to Ricky. I'm not punting it to Xavier. You know, I'm punting it away from these guys because I'm telling you, if they get it, they'll make you pay for it.
76-yard touchdown run by Xavier, punt return by Xavier Thompson on the play. And now the Falcons are going to line up and go for 2. And the quarter just expired now, Gary.
It is.
That was the final play of the first quarter.
They got to get this 2-point conversion. And
Ricky Hunt right up the middle into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good for Ricky Hunt, who scores it. And it's a 2-point conversion. It is the end of the first quarter, and it's also a 22-0 lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
And we are back. Time to start the second quarter tonight of action. Falcons up 22-0, rolling through. Falcons put up 138 yards of total offense in the first quarter, and right now Alva only has -4. So right now it's been a dominant performance from the Falcons. They're getting it a little bit different ways, getting several different things going on, but it's exciting to see the Falcons overcoming some of the challenges that they've faced early in the game with the turnovers.
You're right. That is good to see. Of course, you like to see, you know, them be a little bit sharper, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at this performance so far by the Falcons.
All right, and now going to work, going to kick the ball away, and it's going to be fielded by Gainsworth. Actually not Gainsworth, I'm sorry. That is Tucker. Tucker on the return, who takes the ball beyond the 35-yard line to the 37.
Yeah, the Falcons kickoff team did a good job of covering. And, you know, so again, you see in them gesture that they do. I think that's probably the key for them to try to be more competitive against the Falcons.
All right, 2nd down and 1 after a gain of 9 on the play. Ball snap going right up the middle once again. Quick hitting play. Not a lot of side to side. Drake Warden this time is going to get enough. Taking the ball into Falcon territory inside the 50, I'd say outside midfield down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, again, coming in straight, you know, dive play. I think the offensive line for the Alva Goldbugs, they're actually doing what they call a wedge, in which all players step inside and try to go straight ahead and wedge to try to get a surge against this Falcon defense.
And good luck with trying to find those spaces to operate. This time going around, and I don't know if I'm watching WWE, but big hit by Iverson McElwee.
Yeah.
But he wrapped him. But nonetheless, it's a flag on the defense.
Will that be an automatic first down?
It should be enough for a first down if you ask me. If they move the ball out to the 24-yard line. So now, 1st and 10 from the Falcons, 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Ball is snapped, dropping back. CJ's going to throw it up. He steps up in the pocket, avoids pressure. He's got plenty of room to run and fires it to the outside. And that time he should have just taken off and run it. Now, I grant you, Gary, there was a receiver open on the outside, but nonetheless, Gary, he had all that real estate in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, again, from old Coach Woods, 2 coaching points. You're out on the edge like that. Nobody's close to you. Settle your feet. Go ahead and step into your throw. Or pull the ball down and go be a good athlete. I mean, this is Millwood. We're used to those kind of players. Pull the ball down, shake and bake, pick up 10, step out of bounds.
So the pass is incomplete. And now it's 2nd down and 10, 7:04 to go. We got 3 receivers. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand the ball right up the middle of the field and going to work this time. Nice run and bouncing off. I mean, are we playing pinball or are we playing football down here? Ricky Hunt bouncing off a defender left and right, weaving his way out beyond past the 30-yard line out to the 32, Gary.
Hey, man, he's a superior athlete, a lot of strength. Someone told me today when I was at work, they said, hey, Ricky Hunt is an impressive specimen. How much does he weigh? 200 pounds or so, and it's all muscle.
So it is officially 3rd down and 2. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Ball is snapped. CJ's going to hand it off to Ricky Hunt. Bouncing off 1, 2, 3. He's still turning those legs, folks. And he's going to take the ball beyond the 40-yard line. Nothing but power. Nothing but power. Ricky Hunt says, I got it. Went to the power gear, got a first down out about the 41.
He had 3 players on his back. He went 5 more yards, and then another 3 players had to bring him down.
Gain of 9 on the play. So out of the 41-yard line.
Right.
6:21 to go. 2 receivers. 2 backs in the backfield. Make that 3 receivers. Twins to the right side. Ball is snapped. And now Big Meech is getting it. And Meech bounces to the outside. He's at midfield. He's at the 40.
Gone.
He's at the 30. He's at the 25. A flag comes in. He's at the 10. And it's going to be brought down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. But nonetheless, we got multiple flags on the play.
Wow.
But there's multiple flags back here, Gary. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3 flags. So,
well, I just watched it on the playback. I'm glad we're streaming the game on our iPad, right? So I could actually see that play. And, man, I didn't see a whole lot, but, hey, I'm not down there. I'm not the guy with the flag.
What you saw was a truck running free. That's what you saw.
Right. And he's lucky that he, the defender from Alva was able to push him down, get up on him, and bring him down by tripping him up from behind.
Now, the penalty is against the Falcons, so I guess it's holding. It is holding against the Falcons, and it's a spot foul from where it was located at. So it's going to move the ball back to the 41-yard line, so 1st and 9 from that spot.
You can call holding on every play. My question is, was it a holding that changed the outcome of the play?
Well,
we don't know.
We don't really know the answer to that particular call there, Gary. All right. So Ricky Hunt spins off 1, 2, 3 gold bugs as he takes it out to the 43-yard line, make that the 44-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and what will be 2nd down and about 6 for the Falcons from that spot.
I'd give him the ball again. Because let me say this, Mo, when you look at the Alva sideline and look at the kids who are playing for them, they got a lot of players going both ways. And I would keep them on defense, and I would run as many plays as I could just from the conditioning standpoint.
All right, pistol formation, this time on the wide receiver. Jet sweep play goes
Nickens.
Jaden Nickens, who comes across, is going to get enough for a first down inside the 50-yard line, down to the 46. So it is going to be enough for a Falcon first down.
Yeah, that was a good run by Nickens. Exactly what you needed. Smart play. Try to get that defense running from side to side, and then come back with the inside zone play, pop them, or get them tired and try to put one over the top.
So 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line now. Falcons are coming out. 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, sitting in the hip pocket of CJ. 5:02 to go. 3 receivers, twins to the left. Ball is snapped and going to throw it across. The ball is deflected, and Jaden Nickens got up under it and found it. One of those times he tried to make something out of that play. That time he might have wanted to let it go, but nonetheless, trying to do something with it.
Yeah, that's just his reflexes. You know, he saw that ball pop up. In his mind, he's thinking, oh, my goodness, it's going to be another interception. The pass was deflected by the Alva Goldbug defender. Who was that? Kraft. Kraft got in there, got his hands up. And so, you know, again, that's good defense by Alva.
Pistol formation, 3 receivers, twins to the left side, 4:19 to go. Ball coming across the formation. Going to hand the ball over to Xavier Thompson. Thompson's cutting up the middle. Is going to try and take the ball, what will be inside the 45 down to what will be the 41-yard line.
I mean, Mo, that was almost a gain of 9 yards.
Gain of 9 on the play.
Man, that wasn't bad. I mean, good play call. I like how the blocking was set up. The handoff was clean. Xavier, you know, read his block as well. Got 9 yards. You can't argue with that. Now we're looking at what?
Third down and 5.
Third down and 5.
So you got 3 receivers, twins to the right side. CJ in shotgun formation right now.
Look at what's happening with the Goldbug defense.
All right, now going to work. Ball's handed up to Ricky Hunt. He's right up the middle. A blast from the pass as Ricky Hunt takes it right down Main Street. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, he went through the Alva Goldbug defense, in which they had they had 8 in the box solid, Mo, and he went through untouched.
Yes, he did.
And it was almost like a bullet being shot out of a gun. He just took off. You know how when you had a track meet and you see the starter pistol go off and you see the smoke pop out?
Yes, exactly.
That's what he looked like.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. 17 seconds on the play clock. The Falcons going for 2. Trying to take a 30-0 lead against the Goldbugs tonight. Meach comes across the formation, sets up on the left side. Ricky Hunt looking for a lead block. Side steps 1, tries to hit the goal post.
He did.
And he does, and the 2-point conversion is good.
And just like that.
The Falcons are now up 30-0.
And looking at the playback mode, you know, everybody on the edge, the wide receivers had a hat on a hat, blocking very well. Hat goes off to the coach who's working with the receivers, emphasizing the importance of blocking downfield. That's how you break long plays.
Time for us to take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health and St. Anthony's.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Time for our A-plus lawn service and owner Milo Wilson offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today, 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382. Falcons 9 plays, 78-yard drive, 41-yard run by Ricky Hunt for the touchdown, Gary.
Yeah, that was, again, great execution. Good things happen when you run the football.
The Falcons are going to put it in play. The ball ricochets off the hands of Weston Tucker, and he has to fall on it at the 12-yard line.
Outstanding kickoff. You know, that's what you want. You want one of those ugly, ugly kicks that someone has to try and handle. And guess what? The Alva Goldbugs mishandle it, and now they're actually starting their offense from the 10-yard line.
So starting from the 10-yard line, I want to thank our community sponsor, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, L'Amour's Family First DUI School. Also want to thank First Security Bank, proud sponsor. First Security Bank, here to serve the community, is proud to be the only African-American owned bank in the state of Oklahoma. Let First Security Bank become your bank home. Double wing formation, ball is snapped and going to the outside and trying to find some space to operate is Wharton, and he's going to be wrapped up inside the 10, brought down for a loss. They're going to say he lost 3 on the play, down to the 9.
Yeah, they tried to run like a little inside trap play, but, you know, again, too much penetration by the Falcons.
Falcons bringing in substitutions now, getting a chance to look at on that D-line there. Jamar Threet, the sophomore, 297, 6'1", Gary. Woo! Standing at the nose tackle position. So, again, if you want to run up the middle, you better find some space to operate. I'm not sure there's a lot there to operate right there.
All right. That's a 2-gap player, Mo. He takes up 2 gaps.
Double wing, 2:41 to go. Officially 2:39 to go before the first half is over. Now going to work, trying to get to the outside. Looks like Wharton again. He's going to get beyond the 10-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 12. So it looks like he gets back nearly to the original line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcon defense is doing a very good job. The defensive front, they're staying in their gaps. The linebackers are flowing well. Defensive backs are flying up, getting into the run fit. You know, when the defense is playing this well, it's hard to get any yardage on a simple run play.
Timeout's going to be called on the field here as Coach Franklin comes in and calls a timeout right now, and we will take one as well. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony, and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
As we get set to come back to live action, Gary, also want to thank the Millwood Enrichment Foundation Super Prep. And let's also give some love to Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rates, Rod Seed, First Security Bank, Chris and Christie of Heritage Funeral Home, A+ Lawn Service, and L'Amour's Family First DUI School. So as we've been seeing here, 30-0 has been the score. It has been a dominant performance. The Falcon defense has really cut their teeth tonight, Gary, on this Alva Gold Bugs.
Yeah, they have. They have. And, you know, I was just sitting here thinking, you know, this is a great performance for a homecoming night, you know, and this is exactly what you want. You not only are you wanting to celebrate homecoming, but you're also wanting to see your team execute well in all phases of the game. So that's exactly what you want. Oftentimes, homecomings can be a distraction, right, with all the pomp and circumstance, but it hasn't distracted this Falcon football team. They're executing 30-0 with 1:59 left before the half. I mean, you can't ask for anything more if you're Coach Franklin.
Those quick hitting things that we talked about early on, that's been the only way the Gold Bugs have been able to move the ball with any kind of consistency.
Right.
If I'm tracking this correctly, they only have 2 first downs on the night, one by penalty and one that they've earned so far.
And then if you actually look at the plus minuses on the rushing yards, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty low at halftime. But you know what?
Double wing going to work before action gets started. We got a flag on the play. It's going to be false start against the Gold Bugs, so that's going to move them back 5 yards back to the 7-yard line. So it'll set up 3rd down and what will be 15 now.
What I was saying, Mo, was that, you know, they do some quick hitting stuff and they have positive yards offensively trying to run the football. But then they try to go back to an outside zone play or a sweep or some kind of reverse, and then they end up losing yards. And so my suggestion over the air, of course, is quick, run a combination of quick hitting dive plays.
Throwing it to the outside, and the pass on that play from Gainsford is complete to Dalen Moore, but for no yards as the ball is going to be marked down at the 5-yard line.
Trying to throw the ball outside. I mean, you're playing into the speed game of Millwood. They really need to run the ball, at Millwood and then try to play action, go back to the slant play. You saw the slant play where they had a very positive gain on that. They need to consider throwing slants, going over the top, throwing some out routes instead of trying to throw the ball from sideline to sideline. Oh,
kick's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line, looking for some space off. William May says, I can get it to the end zone. He's at the 10-yard line, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 10. They're going to say he returned it down to the 6.
Well, I'm going to watch the playback.
Close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be that way.
Yeah, I'm watching the playback. He actually, I thought he stepped out, but he didn't.
So they're going to say that the ball was out of bounds at the 6-yard line. And nice return on that play by Mays. So now.
It looked like they're letting Willie stay in the game on offense now.
Getting the chance. He's earning it.
He's
doing something with it. So we've got a minute and 8 to go before halftime. And it will be a homecoming halftime. So that's coming up in just a minute. So I guess the Falcons are trying to organize something here. They got 9 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, they're going to end up burning a timeout.
So 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and a timeout will be called by the Falcons. And we're going to stay right here on this one, Gary.
Okay.
When we start talking about timeouts, and it's a CBS Sports Radio 105.3 timeout, have you listened to Myron Patton in the morning? Have you heard Jay Swick? Open mic fans like him a lot. He's on in the mornings from 7 to 9 right before open mic. You can tune into him before open mic start. Then tune into Myron Patton, Fox 25 sports director, talking all the Dallas Cowboys that you can love, especially with your OU and OSU talk as well. Then James Hale kicks in, everything you want to know about the Sooners around 2 o'clock. We got Kansas City Chiefs football and Oklahoma City Blue basketball as well from the G League.
I was about to say, when you said James Hale, I said, okay, that's all OU.
Hey, yeah.
He's the OU insider.
If you bleed crimson,
yeah,
he's right. He's your guy.
Translation: if you want to hear anything about OSU, he's not your guy. All the other guys start laughing up here, but yeah, James Hale, outstanding.
Ricky Hunt to the outside is going to take it into the end zone.
Golly.
On a pitch play into the end zone for a 6-yard touchdown run. Ricky Hunt's having himself quite a night.
I mean, he just
another
untouched.
On a night, 9 carries, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Jeez Louise.
And now you're going to line Ricky up and run the wild bird on him, too.
Wow. I'm curious so far how many points of the 36 points that are on the board, how many of them Ricky accounted for?
Well, we'll break into that in just a little bit here at halftime. You're going to come back for the halftime report. So they have not started the 25-second clock, and right now I'm not sure why the officials haven't, but they have now. So Cummings set with 4 receivers, trips to the outside. Ricky Hunt's looking over the defense. And Ricky Hunt right up the middle. 2-point conversion is good. 3 more points on the board. And the Falcons now extend their lead to 38-0. We'll be right back. This will be the final timeout before halftime. You're listening to Millwood Falcon football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
KRMD, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 at 1140, a Berry Broadcasting Station.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
All right, we're back. Second quarter, 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. And Zaire Fisher set to kick the ball off for the Falcons. And Fisher's kick is away. Nice kick into the middle of the field, fielded by what looks like to be Wharton. And Wharton's getting run down by the Falcons and going to be brought down at the 35-yard line as he caught that ball right around the 25, we'll say the 23-yard line, and returned it nicely out to the 35-yard line. So decent field position.
Yeah.
Good field position. Anytime you're above the 25, that's better than most.
Right.
So let's see what the Alva coaching staff decides to do here, Gary, with a down 38 to nothing now.
Well, we're seeing that Millwood is starting to, substitute a few players. We're seeing some different guys in the defensive secondary.
All right. Gatsford steps back in the pocket, looks across the formation, has a receiver open, intended for number 7, Dalen Moore. Pass is incomplete. Second down and 10.
That was a pretty good throw, too. I mean, he had the out route. It was in a good location. He was wide open, didn't have any defenders around him. So, I wouldn't give up on those types of throws. If I was Alva, I'd try to stay in there.
They just got to be quick hitting. You can't do all this dancing in the backfield.
Right. Too much pressure coming too fast.
Double wing. Ball's handed off, and this time nothing doing as the hole was filled. And Meach and Johnson make a sandwich out of Wharton as he loses a yard on the play.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm trying to think. They tried a little quick hitter, but that time the Falcons were sitting in the gaps waiting. That's what happens when you play disciplined gap defense.
All right, so it's officially 29 seconds on the clock, 24 seconds on the play clock. So this will be the last play of the first half here. Then coming up will be a halftime. Substitution. Kenneth Childs comes out, and now coming into the game is Josiah Woods.
Yeah, they put Iverson McElwee. He moved him back to an inside linebacker.
Double wing. And before things get started, it's going to be a delay of game penalty. He's going to move the ball from the 31 back to the 29. So third down and 16 now. And there's 1 second on the clock, so when they wind it, this will be the final play of the first half. And Gaisford with 2 receivers. And the ball is snapped in.
Tackle for loss immediately.
And Johnson gets a hold of Wharton. And down he goes, bringing him down inside the 29 at about the 27-yard line, 26-yard line. So a great play again by that Falcon defense. And that is the final play of the first half. Got a small intermission here, and we'll come back on the other side, get you some updates on statistics. We'll talk about the sponsors, and we'll crown a homecoming king and queen. How exciting is that? We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Football, brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student-athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student-athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do, but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple.
Turn to cold and get $15 when you bundle Tide and Downy. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold in non-AG machines. Must buy at least one participating Tide or Dreft detergent item plus at least one participating Downy or Bounce scent booster, liquid fabric softener, or dryer sheet. Prepaid card by mail. Visit pglaundryrebate.com for terms and conditions.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for children and teens. Hospital and doctor visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered. That's peace of mind for parents if a child is sick or gets injured. And parents may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if they've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit InsureKidsNow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Apply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. Visit ISSA online for details.
Tired of the 9-to-5 grind? Looking for something different that's flexible, fulfilling, and pays well? How'd you like to get paid to work out? Now you can with ISSA, the global leader in personal fitness certification.
There's a huge demand for certified personal trainers right now. And once you get ISSA certified, they guarantee you'll get a job. Trainers can make as much as $200 an hour. Yes, I said $200 an hour. And with ISSA, you can be certified in as little as 4 weeks. Just text STRONG to 323232 now to get started for free. You do everything at your own pace and 100% online.
Pursue your passion in specializations like yoga, nutrition, or strength training. Live your life on your terms. Get certified and train like you want. Start your own business, work at a gym, or make health and fitness your side hustle. Whatever works for you. Just don't wait.
Get started today and be certified in as little as 4 weeks. Just text STRONG to 323232 right now to get started for free. Text the word STRONG to 323232. Text STRONG to 323232.
Are you in need of someone making your lawn look good? Have you ever seen a lawn with a blue or green paint on it and wondered what that was? The blue and green paint is a weed killer chemical that will make your lawn look green, full, and healthy. Oh, and will kill the weeds too. Do you want your home lawn or company lawn to look green, full, and healthy? Then call the professionals at A+ Lawn Service. Right now, they're offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $225 per acre if you have a large area you'd like serviced. Owner Milo Wilson and his company have been servicing OKC for over 10 years. And they offer lawn services, landscaping, and much more. Call 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382 for A+ Lawns and Services.
Progressive presents Married to Your Home.
I'm such a screw-up.
What? House? Why would you talk like that?
How are you even with a house without a walk-in closet?
Stop, you have more than enough storage.
Oh yeah, and the unfinished basement. Gross.
We'll finish it eventually. Together.
No, man.
And moving to California. Jordan's academic goals for this year is to be on the honor roll, and Jordan's inspiration is her big brother Brandon and her mother. Khalil Williams is your cross-country prince. He is the son of Greg and Bernetta Williams. Khalil has lettered in cross-country, basketball, and plans on running track this year. Khalil is very active in his community. He also wants to move to his father's hometown of Louisiana and attend Grambling State University. He's considering either majoring in mathematics, music, or visual and performing arts. In Khalil's free time, he loves to listen to music and play basketball. Let's give a hand to your cross-country prince and softball princess, Khalil Williams and Jordan Cox. Saphira Lloyd is your dance princess. She is the daughter of Andre Lloyd and Precious Lloyd. Saphira has lettered as a sapphire for the marching band. She is active in her community, also loves to sing and perform as an artist. This is her heart and passion. After graduation, Saphira plans on attending Howard University, where she will major in music production and business. Her biggest role model is her father. Ashton Crawford is your band prince. He is the son of Antoinette Crawford. He is the longest standing member of the Millwood Marching Falcon Band. He has led 2 sections and played 3 instruments. Ashton's dream school is Gremlin State University, where he intends to major in mechanical engineering while also playing in the band. Ashton's biggest motivation is becoming financially free and having fun every day of his life. Let's give a hand to your band prince and dance princess, Ashton Crawford and Saphira Lloyd. Rain Wisby is your freshman princess. She is the granddaughter of Tanya Wisby. Rain is currently on the varsity cheer squad and plans to run track this year. Rain is active in her community and at her church. Although Rain is a freshman, she has already set her sights on attending an HBCU after she graduates high school. One interesting fact about Rain is that she wants to become an entrepreneur one day. CJ Turnbull is your freshman prince. He is the son of Elizabeth Wyatt. CJ will letter in football and plans on running track and playing baseball. He currently holds the position of quarterback of the Millwood Falcon High School football team. CJ is actively involved in his community and enjoys mentoring young athletes in local youth football programs. Although this is CJ's first semester, he has set goals on being a member of the Principal's Honor Roll this year. Let's give a hand to your freshman prince and princess, CJ Turnbull and Rain Wisby. Lisa Ray Aaronwine is your sophomore princess. She is the daughter of Lisa and Johnny Ray Aaronwine. Lisa Ray has lettered in varsity cheer. She currently also serves as captain of the JV cheer squad. Lisa Ray enjoys being active in her community by serving meals to the homeless during the summer. She plans on attending college at Langston University, where she intends to major in business. One interesting fact about Lisa Ray is that she started doing hair at the age of 12 and has not stopped using that skill ever since. Xavier Thompson is your sophomore prince. He is the son of Victor and Tamika Thompson. Xavier has lettered in football and track. He currently holds a 3.06 GPA. Xavier is actively involved in the community and loves mentoring kids in local youth football programs. He plans on playing collegiate football at the Division I level, and his favorite Millwood moment is scoring multiple touchdowns in his first 2 Soul Bowls. Xavier has academic goals of being a future member of the National Honor Society and the Principal's Honor Roll. Let's give a hand to your sophomore prince and princess, Xavier Thompson and Lisa Ray Aaronwine. Elizabeth Frazier is your junior princess. She is the daughter of Natasha Broussard and Randy Frazier. Elizabeth currently holds the position of Stuco historian and is also a member of the National Honor Society. Elizabeth plans on attending one of the following HBCUs next year: Howard, Southern, or Jackson State University. She plans on majoring in medicine, music, film, or child development. The person she looks up to the most is her mother for making the impossible possible and also making a way out of no way. Miko Levine is your junior prince. He is the son of Michael Levine and Devin Lowes. Miko has lettered in football and baseball. Miko is actively involved in his community. Miko has plans on playing collegiate football at the next level, but has plans on winning a state championship before his departure at Millwood. Miko's academic goals for this semester is to be on the honor roll. One interesting fact about Miko is that he likes to cook in his free time. Let's give a hand to your junior prince and princess, Miko Levine and Elizabeth Frazier. Patrice Frazier is your senior princess. She is the daughter of Natasha Broussard and Randy Frazier. Patrice has lettered as a Millwood Sapphire and has participated with track and field. Patrice is active in her community and loves to make and design t-shirts. After she graduates, she plans on attending college at OU or Texas Tech, where she will major in biology. After college, Patrice plans to become a neurosurgeon. The person she looks up to the most is her mom, because she always makes a way out of no way. Ricky Hunt Jr. is your senior prince. He is the son of Ricky Hunt Sr. and Doris Hunt. Ricky has lettered in football, basketball, and track, and is a part of the 2022 Basketball State Championship team. He currently holds the position of Stuco President and is part of the National Honor Society. Ricky Hunt is actively involved in the community and at his church and plans on playing collegiate football next year. Ricky will make a decision November 6th between Ohio University, Buffalo University, South Dakota State, and Sam Houston State. Let's give a hand to your senior prince and princesses, Ricky Hunt Jr. and Patrice Frazier. Jakaya Shields is your cheer princess. She is the daughter of Crystal and Julia Shields. Jakaya has lettered in cheer and volleyball. She was a member of the national champion cheer squad. Jakaya currently serves as senior class president. She is a member of the National Honor Society and is currently the captain of the cheer team. Jakaya wants to attend Prairie View A&M and major in business management. One interesting fact about Jakaya, she is secretly Spider-Man. Chaz Doolin is your football prince. He is the son of Tanika Cole. Chaz has lettered in football and he currently plays outside linebacker. Chaz is active in his community and loves to spread positive energy. His goals for this year is to win a football state championship and hopefully receive a college offer for football where he can continue his education. Chaz plans to attend Florida A&M University and major in physical therapy. Chaz lives by the motto, "I've got to get the money." Let's give a hand to your football prince and cheer princess, Chaz Doolin and Jakaya Shields. We would like to thank all the parents and families for your support this homecoming. We also want to thank Superintendent Woods, Coach Shannon Hayes, and Principal Evans for their constant support for the Millwood High School student body. Next, we want to send a special thank you to L. Mason Events, Leslie Bro, Brooklyn Stampley, and Sarai O'Feely for their assistance in making this homecoming a beautiful event. Now for the moment we have all been waiting for. Will the following princesses please come forward? Saphira Lloyd. Patrice Frazier. Jakaya Shields. And now, will the following prince please step forward? Carlos Strong. Ricky Hunt Jr. and Chaz Doolin.
Can I get a drum roll, please? In your 2022 Homecoming King is Ricky Hunt Jr. Drum roll, please. Your 2022 Homecoming Queen is Patrice Frazier. Let's give a round of applause as our king and queen take their rightful place on the throne.
Indeed, a special moment for those seniors there, Gary, on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the tradition. You know, my hat goes off to whoever it is who's coordinated the, you know, homecoming halftime. I guess this is the coronation, right? And because, I mean, it ran very smoothly. And again, hat goes off to the fraternities who were here today to help with setup. I mean, all those extra hands enable us to, you know, save time. I mean, we still have 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in half, and we've already announced who our king and queen is. And all that's left now are the photos.
and that's all it is, folks. You know, beautiful event, nice crowd, nice folks on hand that witnessed the homecoming court being acknowledged here on homecoming night from Millwood. We'll take a break and come back, and it's time to talk stats on the other side and game time adjustments as the photographs go on for homecoming down on the field. You're listening to Millwood Falcon football, brought to you by SSM Health of St. Anthony, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and also Langston University, because it is the Langston University halftime report. We'll be right back.
Travel Stop and Country Stores and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud partners in recognizing outstanding high school students who are setting the standards in and out of their classrooms. With our 2022-2023 Student of the Month program, each month a chosen high school student will be selected for Student of the Month. The winner will automatically qualify to be selected for Student of the Year. For winning Student of the Year, the recipient will win a $10,000 scholarship paid directly to a college of their choice. Please take time to nominate a student who exemplifies outstanding characteristics in the classroom and as a citizen in our community. Just go online to theblackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com to nominate a student for the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Student of the Month. Rules and regulations apply.
Did you know that every day someone misses out on a great opportunity, all because of the fear of rejection? But what if you could explore that opportunity without facing any consequences or even wasting your time? Guess what? Now you can with iPrecheck at boomerkia.com. When other dealers try to keep you in the dark until the very end, at Boomer Kia, we're upfront and transparent, all without having to speak to anybody. So instead of spending hours in a dealership getting yanked around just to find out if you're not getting the deal you want, visit boomerkia.com and click the iPrecheck form. You'll get your real credit score, your real monthly payments, and more for every vehicle on our site. So what's the best thing about iPrecheck? There's zero risk. It literally doesn't cost you anything. Just enter your name, your address, and the last four of your social, and you can be pre-approved instantly for a brand new Kia at Boomer Kia. So what are you waiting for? Visit boomerkia.com and click the iPrecheck banner to get pre-approved, all without any risk to your credit. Then come to Boomer Kia off I-240 in South Walker.
Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you. They're now open at Midwest City and still in their Edmond location. Big O's Pork and Dreams feature a menu with your favorite meats, briskets, ribs, pulled pork, chicken, hot links, and more. Big O's has their signature loaded smoked potato with the famous fat butt, also known as a Big Nasty. It's a loaded tater with a spare rib on top. Try Big O's loaded steak fries and barbecue pizza. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations in the metro. In Midwest City, 6003 Southeast 15th, and in Edmond, 285 South Santa Fe Avenue. And both dining rooms have active pure technology to reduce over 99.9% bacteria, viruses, and more. And that's air you can trust. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until the meat runs out. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations, Midwest City and Edmond. Come get you one of these taters.
The life of every child is precious, beyond measure. If you care for a child with a disability and have limited income and resources, help is available. Children with a physical or mental disability or who are blind may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. The program provides help to meet basic needs for food, clothing, or a place to live, and disability-related needs. It's money that can make a meaningful difference. If you're the parent or caregiver of a child or teenager you think may be eligible, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSIkids to learn how to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSIkids. It's real help for the children. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Know her as Miss Aikens.
Welcome back to the Langston University Halftime Report. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. If you've ever considered being a nurse or a physical therapist, you should enroll today at Langston University. LU is one of the leading universities in producing nurses and physical therapists. Learn more by going online to langston.edu. Langston University, see the lion in you. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Gary, it was a pure dominating half for the Millwood Falcons. The defense took up again. The offense got off to a slow start again. But when it's all said and done, the Falcons were rolling.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see, 38-0 at halftime on this homecoming night. It didn't appear as if the homecoming celebration was a distraction for the players. They're getting it done, offense, defense, special teams. Defense is playing outstanding. I mean, right now definitely looking like it might pitch a shutout tonight. And then they're getting the ball to the right people. Miko Levine, Ricky Hunt. On the ground, they're doing extremely well running the football. I mean, and the offensive line starting to get a little bit of a rhythm as well.
38-0 is our score overall. But when I say these monstrous numbers, Alva with 42 yards of offense, where the Falcons have 222 yards of offense, that's just impressive in itself. I mean, those numbers there show the domination of the first half, and it could have been worse if the Falcons might have scored and not turned the ball over on a few of those possessions.
Right, yeah, you're right. And also, let me ask you something, Mo. I mean, what are the rushing yards that Alva have? I mean, I know you have the total yards, but what's the rushing for Alva?
The rushing yards is a net 14 yards on 17 attempts, 0.08.
Wow.
0.8 yards per rush.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks volumes to what those guys up front are doing. Carlos Strong, Miko Levine, Johnson, and who's the other gentleman? I'm sorry, Jordan Johnson and Prince Gabriel. Those guys got their ears pinned back. They're coming off the ball low. They're blowing up the offensive line, getting penetration, making it really, really difficult for the Alva Goldbugs to do anything.
Okay, let's go back to the pregame when you gave your 3 keys to the game.
Yeah.
1, you said no turnovers. Number 2, you said fundamentals had to be sound.
Right.
And 3 was time of possession. How do you score what you've seen from the Falcons so far?
Yeah, when you're talking about time of possession, of course, I give an A to the Falcons. No turnovers. I'm giving the Falcons on the turnover side, even though it's 38-0, I'm giving them a C there. And the reason why is because you got 2 interceptions in the first half, despite the score, and against better teams, that could cost you.
Well, let me just ask you this, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, so let me preference my question. My question is, when you look at it from that standpoint, don't you want the team to play you honest and not put 10 and load the box with 11 in the box, trying to say, okay, Falcons, I dare you to throw it? Or are you still saying go to your strength and then allow that to develop your passing game? Where do you sit on that?
So I believe in establish your strength and then go to your passing game. If they load in the box and they say to you, hey, I dare you to throw the ball, okay, throw the ball, but don't throw one where you're going to throw an interception. Throw the ball to the outer third of the field. Take a shot downfield so that if there is an interception, you still have an advantage somewhat in field position, especially since your defense is playing so well. But in these particular scenarios where we had interceptions thrown, they didn't have to throw the ball. We were on our side going in to score. We had just come off of runs of 13 and 11 yards per carry. There was no reason at all to throw the football into traffic. I'm not saying you don't have to throw the football, but put the ball out on the edge, typically where you're looking at a one-on-one situation where we athletically have the advantage.
This is still the part of developing a young quarterback. You got C.J. Turnbull, who's still learning, and sometimes you make the safe throw. You make the safe play.
Right.
You don't have to try and press the ball down the field. I know a lot of times we talk about quarterbacks and how negative it is for them to dink and dunk, go for the 5-yard play. But if that's what they give you, that's what you take. And again, sometimes it's a bad read, something to go over, and it's not costing you right now, so I kind of understand what you're saying. But at the same point in time, I'm like you. I'm a little old school. I want to establish, make you stop what I'm doing before I have to change it.
Well, here's another thing, too, though. You made the comment that it doesn't cost you anything, but I would say, Mo, it does cost you something. It costs you that young quarterback's confidence when he throws an interception, when he throws 2 interceptions in a half. One of the things that old school coaches like me always believed is that when you throw the football, 3 things that happen and 2 of them ain't good, right? But more importantly, in this day and age, we throw the football. And okay, I can accept that. We've got the RPO game, and people are running spread and 3 and 4 wide and all that. I understand that. However, when you are clearly better, there's nothing wrong with, number one, establishing dominance up front with your offensive line because you're clearly better. Number two, get those running backs, getting downhill, hitting the hole hard, reading the blocks and all of that, getting your wide receivers out there, getting physical and blocking. Because when you block hard on the edge, what does that do? That sets up the passing game, because the defensive back, when you come off the line, he don't know if you're going to block or if you're going to get into a route. And then you throw the football off of that when it dictates or when there's an opportunity, but you throw it into the one-on-one scenarios. You don't throw it into a bracket or into a middle of the field scenario, especially when they got 8 in the box.
And again, I'm not disagreeing with your point, but I'm going to play devil's advocate again. And what I mean by that is simply your object is to develop. When I say it doesn't cost you, I'm just saying for the most part, you're showing the team to overcome the mistake, the quick transition. But here's the thing. Bottom line, that something that Gary and I both will agree on, folks. Turnovers will cost you games when it matters, when you get a better opponent. How about that?
Right.
Looking at the overall numbers, Ricky Hunt, 10 carries, 118 yards, averaging 11.8 yards per pop, 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions on the night. Amazing night. Miko Levine, 3 carries, 42 yards, averaging 14 yards per pop, and he got that big one that he had earlier in the game taken back, or he'd be over 100 yards himself.
Right.
So when you look at it overall, C.J. Turnbull, 5 of 8, 62 yards, 36 yards passing, 7.2 yards per throw, but those 2 interceptions really stymie the success on those numbers.
Right.
And that's really what you're looking at here, folks. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and get ready for the second half of this game. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony. It's the LU Halftime Report. We'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Time for the second half. When you're up this big, Gary, overall, what is it you want to see from the Falcons as they come out the second half of this one?
Well, I mean, so this half of the game, it's almost like, developmental opportunity, right? So you're going to probably go back with your starters to kind of get things going in the second half, right? And then you're going to start substituting in some of your younger players, because that's where you begin to get quality reps for guys who are going to be called upon to give you more reps when you get closer to the playoffs, right? Because season gets long, injuries begin to pile up. You need to have some depth, but you got to develop that depth.
Yeah, you do.
So second half of the game, you still have a same quality. You still want your players to execute, but when you give those twos, some of those 2.5 type players in the game, those are the guys that you're like looking for them to do something good. You're looking for them to execute on the same level, and you're not wanting to give up, what you've worked so hard to accomplish, and that is a significant lead and a shutout on defense.
All right, going to kick the ball off from the 40-yard line. Here comes Zaire Fisher. Kickoff is away, going to be fielded inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. And trying to bring it back forward, and he fumbles the ball. And the Falcons are going to say they fall on it here. Let's see if the Gold Bugs have it, though. And the officials, they recover the ball at the, looks like it's going to be the 27-yard line there, Gary.
Now, Mo, this may sound petty, but I'm going to say it anyway. Zaire Fisher from the Falcons, he has on those yellow gloves. and it's messing with me. I'm thinking it's a flag. I see them. I see those yellow hands moving around, and I swear man, they throwing flags on us.
All right, and coming set, there's going to be a flag that comes in.
Yeah, Falcons got into the neutral zone.
So it's going to be a neutral zone infraction against the Falcons. It's going to move the ball to the 32-yard line, so it sets up a 1st down and 5. And Alva looking for any kind of momentum. They came into this game averaging 35 points per contest and then ran into a buzzsaw, which has been the Falcon defense, and have got nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand the ball right up the middle of the field and looking for some space to operate is Wharton. He's going to take the ball out to the 40-yard line, and they're going to say it is going to be enough for a 1st down at that point.
Man, very, very interesting play. I mean, they triple-teamed Carlos Strong and then ran right behind the triple team. I mean, that's what they're having to do now to slow Carlos Strong down is triple-team him.
And the Falcon D-line has been outstanding in this game. It really has. Double wing again. 2 receivers split on either side, and Gaysford under center. And getting a Drake Wharton tonight, I really feel for that young man. I mean, he's really playing hard for the Gold Bugs, but I'm going old school. He needs icy hot, Bengay.
Yeah.
He's gonna need it all.
Yeah, and some Advil. I mean, my man is just. I mean, they giving him the ball like almost every play,
and he's running right into that Falcon defense, which has been more than willing to tag him up. All right, on call again. Here comes Wharton.
Yeah,
and that young man is going to take the ball beyond the 45-yard line out to the 46. Yeah. So that was going to be a gain of 5 on the play. So 3rd down and 4. If you are the Gold Bugs here, Gary, and you happen to be, Coach Dave Foster.
Yeah.
And do you just go for it here?
3rd down and 5.
No, what I mean is on 4th down situations when you're down this much.
Yeah, 38-0. What you got to lose? I mean, you might discover that you can do something, well, offensively. And I can tell you that
going to flick it to the outside, and this time the ball's running around the carpet, and the Falcons pick it up. It's going to be a scoop and score as Willie Mays takes it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
I mean, so. Yeah, I mean, what's the difference between 38 and 40 what is it soon to be, 44? I mean, you're getting blown out. So, but here's the deal. I don't understand why, they haven't figured out that trying to get around, hit the outside on the Falcons is not the ticket. All of their positive gains have been
in the middle of the field.
In the middle of the field, and then taking shots downfield, right? Throwing the football. They went deep early in the first half, had some steps. They had the advantage over the Falcons. They just didn't make the play. The receiver didn't make the play. But there's no reason to abandon that, Keep going back. I would be popping them off tackle or off guard, right, left, and then play action, throw a slant or throw an out route.
As Ricky Hunt goes into the end zone and walks for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
The Falcons extend the lead on the defensive side of the ball, getting a scoop and score for 44 yards from William Mays.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play by William Mays. I mean, they tried to run the option, pitched the ball a little high, got mishandled by Wharton. And there was, the truth be known, it was going to be a tackle for loss, 7-8 yards anyway.
Right. Time for us to hit a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health St. Anthony.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health, Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in action, helping you get back in action.
Back at the good, LW Good Football Stadium. And right now, you're getting a Falcon flurry tonight.
Right.
Getting it on the defensive side, you're getting it on the offensive side. 46-0 is the score right now. 9:51 to go. And here comes the Fisher kickoff. Going to give Alva the football one more time. Kick is away. And the ball is going to be fielded by Wharton at the 15-yard line. He's at the 25, he's at the 30, and he's going to be cut down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad job by that gentleman, Wharton. I mean, he's by the
16-yard return, yeah.
Yeah, by the time this night's over with, he'll probably have 50 touches.
So 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're
on a hot night.
I'm looking at the Falcon defense trying to pick up on any substitutions. No, it doesn't appear as if, other than in the secondary.
Okay, Carlos Strong now does check out of the game, but he was out there to play.
Yeah. You know, Carlos, he won about 5 more tackle for losses and a couple of sacks.
Campbell Gainsford has it, and now going to give it over to Wharton. And the coaching staff apparently right now is listening to you.
Yeah.
As he takes it out for a gain of what will be maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a good tackle by Colin Cyrus.
So 2nd down and 8 now.
He came in. He's playing that right defensive end.
So they're going to snap it. Going to throw it to the outside.
There you go.
This time, nice pass play over the middle. Nice play fake as Gaisford fakes it in the middle, pulls it back out, and hits Dalen Malone for a crossing route, taking the ball up to the 47-yard line for a 1st down, Gary.
You know, Mo, it sounds like they are starting to listen to me a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to help them out. You know, you got to listen to old Coach Woods. I mean, I've only been doing this thing for 30 years.
Just a little bit.
I've only been coaching for about 30 years. I mean, you know, I can tell you a thing or two.
All right, ball snapped. Now Gaisford is going to take the ball, hand the ball off to Wharton. Wharton's going to get a gain of 1 out to the 48 before they bring him down. So now 2nd down and 9. Clock under 8.5 to go. And if you're Alva, you got to do 2 things. You got to score the ball here.
Or shorten the game.
And shorten the game and keep that Falcon offense off the field. Of course, you got to also hold on to the ball because the defense will score too, as they just showed.
Right.
Going to throw the ball over the middle of the field, and they tried the same play again. Gaisford tries to put it in the belly of Wharton, then pulls it out, and hitting a slant right over the middle to Moore. This time was incomplete. Well read by the Falcon defense.
Yeah, it was actually, you know, that pass was kind of altered a little bit by the official who's sitting right in the middle of the defense there, and so the receiver ran the route right towards him.
Ball is snapped. Gaisford going to throw it across the middle, and this time hits the receiver in the hands. Dalen Moore had a chance to make a play, but that pass is incomplete. So 4th down and 9 now.
I mean, the play is there, right? The play is there. You know, ball kind of hit the back shoulder of the receiver a little bit, you know, but, I mean, all in all, it wasn't a bad throw.
So 4th down and 9, and they're going to go ahead and roll the dice.
Yeah.
Double wing. 2 receivers split. Gaisford under center. He's going to fake it, going to put it up. Miko Levine applying pressure.
There it is.
This time, throws it in the belly this time of Dalen Moore, who's doing some action in the middle, doing his best Cooper Kupp impersonation.
What?
Taking the ball inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line for a 1st down. Gain of 14 yards on that play for Alva. One of their biggest positive plays of the night, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, that's play action off of the, you know, double wing. They're starting to put those guys in routes now. You know, as you can see here, Millwood's defense is starting to suck down to stop the run.
Gaisford, they run the option to the outside, and this time Dalen Moore is cut down on the outside by DJ Shaw. DJ Shaw with a heck of a tackle on that play, Gary.
Yeah, it was a good tackle. I mean, the safety came inside out on a nice little angle and made a heck of a play.
2nd down and 9, 7:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. 46-0. 2 receivers split. Ball is snapped, and this time Wharton gets it right in the middle, and nothing doing there. And a whole host of Falcons get a hold of him that time, led by Johnson once again. But they're going to give him forward progress, which they're just really being nice to him on that.
Happy birthday to Coach Mack, recently inducted
So,
into the Millwood Hall of Fame. We will be celebrating him tomorrow.
So 3rd down and 8, ball at the 36-yard line. So, again, give him another yard, adding it on to things. So nice job, nice job. So double wing, 2 receivers split. And give it over to Wharton, who finally tries to get to the outside, and there's nothing doing. He can't get on the outside of Chaz Doolin. Again, as you said, Gary, that running that side to side on Millwood doesn't work. You got to run north and south.
Yeah, you got to run north and south. Too much team speed.
So Wharton is going to officially lose a yard on that play.
I mean, and that's what they do. They pick up, you know, they pick up 3-4 yards. You know, I tell them to take vertical shots. They move the ball a little bit. Then they go back to trying to get.
You need to check the batteries in your headset, Coach.
Hit the. Why,
you know, I mean, because they listen to you for a play or two, but the microphone must be gutting out.
I mean, golly. They go try the option again. Okay, they got 5 yards on that one.
This one, that wing receiver on the right side cut behind and tries to get it inside the 25-yard line or inside the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it at about the 32, but it's not going to be enough after a gain of 5. Turnover on downs. It will be Falcon football from that spot.
Now the offense is back out on the field, and guess what? You got Iverson McElwee out at tight end. You got Ricky Hunt Jr. at tailback, and then, of course, you still have the starting group of wide receivers, including Kato Sirasambad. And
throwing it over to Jaden Nickens. Nickens makes 1, 2, 3 with a burst. Takes the ball across midfield. It's going to be brought down at the 48-yard line. What a play by C.J.
Yep, nice throw by C.J. The blocking, the downfield blocking too by the wide receivers. That's what helps bring those plays like that, Mo. The little things like that make a huge difference.
CJ completes the pass to Jaden Nickens, taking it down to the 47-yard line.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep coming up on Xavier Thompson. He takes a shot. He's going to get 3 as he gets inside the 45 down to the 44.
Yeah, I mean, but that was still a good play call. I think he deviated from his blocker. He should have fed up behind Ricky Hunt just a little bit more before making his cut. You got to remember, Flo is coming inside out.
3 receivers, twins to the right side, 4:52 to go. Ball is snapped and going to fling it outside to Sira Sumbath. Sira Sumbath makes 1, 2. Gold Bugs miss, but he takes the ball inside the 40-yard line down to the 36.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
Nice throw and catch to Sira Sumbath, 8-yard gain on the play.
Now,
first and 10 Falcons.
Now, Mo, we've hit them on slants, you know, where we're motioning in on slant routes, right? Now it's time for a double move play, right? Go and hit the slant route and then convert it to a smash route on a double move.
Full house backfield now. Doolin comes across the formation in motion, sets up as a tight end on the right side. Pistol now.
Play action.
CJ unloads it, and he gets hit as he releases it. A weak side linebacker blitz being put on by Rican Kraft on that play.
Yeah, he came clean, and before CJ could actually step into the throw, he was getting hit from behind. That altered his throw.
2nd down and 10. 4:09 to go in the 3rd. Full house backfield, basically setting up a triangle around CJ. Ball is snapped.
Nope, busted play.
And Ricky Hunt right up the middle. And
Doesn't
Ricky
matter.
Hunt, the flag comes on the play, and Ricky Hunt's going to take it into the house for a touchdown. But we're going to see if the play will stand. As it is right now, Ricky Hunt's going to take it to the house. But we're going to get a call here, and we'll have to see what Coach referee Marcus Walker's call is.
I swear, all I saw was a face mask. All I saw was a face mask.
But given the fact that everybody's coming back, it looks like it's against the Falcons. And it is a face mask against. So the touchdown stand.
Yeah, it should be a touchdown. They should signal the touchdown.
Okay, so the officials haven't done that yet. And Coach Franklin is talking with the official. So in other words, Coach Franklin comes up with the 2.
I mean, there wasn't anything to discuss. Nobody's going to take 7 off the board.
No, you're not going to do that. Ricky Hunt takes it in from 36 yards for a touchdown on the play. So Ricky Hunt adds to his total on the night. And so now the Falcons appear to be going for 2 again. So Ricky Hunt's talking about his call with 13 seconds on the play clock, 4 minutes to go in the third. Ball is snapped. Ricky Hunt's going to put it up, throws it across the middle, and Jake Nickens completes the 2-point conversion.
Nicely done. Well, they're showing a lot of versatility on the Wild Falcon tonight with the ability to not only run the ball inside, outside, but they're also passing the ball a little bit more tonight as well. So this is a good opportunity. I mean, 54-0. You work on some of your stuff. I mean, now you don't want to show too much. Right,
you don't. We'll take a break. We'll come back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
At Walmart, we're making it fast and easy to get everything you need to go all in.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student-athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student-athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Time for our A-plus lawn service and owner Milo Wilson.
Yeah, I was about to
scoring recap. They're offering a weed killer special of $49 for a standard home lot front and back, or $225 per acre. Give them a call today at 405-767-3382. The Falcons went 5 plays, 68 yards, 36 of it on the feet of Ricky Hunt Jr.
Man, tell you what, that was a good series again. Positive passing yards by CJ. You know, he only had a couple of miscues in that series, but, you know.
And the Fisher kickoff.
Good kick.
Is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, that's the first, I think that's the first kick of the year that actually is gone in the end zone, right?
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it every time.
So, also want to thank Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Homes. In your time of need, let the professionals at Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home take care of you and your loved one. Call today to learn more, 405-424-5100. That's 405-424-5100. And now time to go to work. Falcon defense now back on the field. And we'll see what the Gold Bugs opt to do right now. It's been a tough night for them.
Yeah.
For everything good they've done, nothing positive on the scoreboard to show for it. And the Falcons are showing blitz. They pull back into base coverage and now trying to get the ball in the hands of Wharton. And Wharton, once again, nothing doing there. All he sees is blue.
All he sees is Carlos Strong. I mean, you know, I'd be like, I can imagine Carlos saying, son, you got to do better than this. In the words of Lawrence Taylor, son, you got to do better than this.
I understand. 2nd down and 10. Officially now 3:30 to go before the end of this contest, the third quarter anyway. Ball is snapped, and this time up the middle again.
Well,
and again, the only success the team has had has been up the middle, and that's been only one every 5 to 10 plays that they run up the middle have yielded anything.
So now defensive coordinator Donovan Woods is doing all right. They're running now, you know, a 4-3 where they're going a split where the Sam and the Will are lining up on the outside, giving a 6-man front. And so when that happens, you know, now you have every gap covered. There are no gaps. See it again. 6-man front, passing.
They're going to try and throw it to the outside and going up to make a play.
Oh, great.
And just off the fingertips of Weston Tucker. But great job by William Mays on that play. Great job of coverage on that backside.
Yeah, he came across from the free safety position and actually challenged the receiver at the highest point. And then also, too, the defensive back for the Falcons was in great position in the hip pocket, you know, almost stacking the receiver. So it's tough to complete a pass when you have to throw over the defensive back to get to the wide receiver because the DB is playing the receiver so tightly.
Okay, Fisher standing back at the 50-yard line. Kick is away. It's a nice high kick.
Yeah, he kicked it away, like you said.
And he kicked it away and out of bounds.
Yeah.
So no Falcon could return the ball. And I'm trying to see where the officials are going to mark it. And he's walking very slowly. And he's going to spot it at the Falcon, or excuse me, at the Alva 44-yard line.
Man, this is serious. So they're giving Millwood the ball, 45-yard line, 44-yard line, 2:24 left in the third. We still have a whole other quarter.
What is the score currently is, 54 to nothing.
Yeah.
Do you at this point, what is the rule on the running clock?
The two coaches have to agree. So, and it's a gentleman's agreement. They'll send, if they wanted to run, they'll send a message from, the sideline to the officials, and it'll get over to Coach Franklin. However, I think this is going to be
Ricky Hunt. 1, 2, 3. He dodges another, and Ricky, 10, 5, touchdown, Ricky Hunt again.
Okay.
Ricky Hunt,
all right.
Sidestep. He did a left twirl. He did a pirouette, and then hit the gas and took it to the house for a touchdown.
I'm sitting there like the boy running backwards. Y'all can't tackle him? No, because they try to tackle him. He stiff arms them running backwards and turns around and takes off.
He's running with so much balance and passion right now.
Oh, my goodness. It's almost like the road runner, the Wile E. Coyote trying to catch the road runner. It's just, you know how when the guy gets close because he's riding a rocket and then all of a sudden the road runner just takes off from him? That's the way it looks. Wow. Great play by Ricky Hunt Jr.
22 points in the second half of this game thus far.
Yeah, so 60 to nothing. I think, what's going to probably end up happening is Coach Franklin's going to bring all the starters out, bring the JV guys in on offense.
And the extra point attempt is blocked on the play.
Okay.
They went ahead and attempt the extra, the extra point by Zaire Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, there was not a whole lot of protection up front. He didn't really get a chance to get the ball up, so
interesting enough. So we're going to stay here.
Okay.
2:13 to go. And that scoring drive, once again, brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson. And are offering a weed killer special. So if you still got weeds in your lawn, they can get rid of them. $49 for a standard home, lot front and back, or $225 per acre. But they do other things too. Need that hedge trimmed? Need that tree cut down? Call 405-767-3382. Falcons, one play, 44 yards for the touchdown.
Look, listeners, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going back to the Milo Wilson Lawn Service, right? Everybody got crabgrass, all right? don't think because it turns yellow that it's going away. Okay, it's going to be back. In fact, it'll be the first thing turning green when you go into the spring. And if you're trying to spray it in the spring, it's too late. Okay, so you need to spray that crabgrass right now and get it killed so that when your Bermuda or your fescue starts coming back, it won't be laced with crabgrass. All right. I don't want y'all out there looking at the crabgrass thinking, oh, my yard is coming back fast. No,
there you go. No,
that's crabgrass. That's crabgrass. Let Milo spray it for you and get all that stuff killed. Johnson grass too.
All right, going to kick off on the 40-yard line. Kickoff is away.
These are pretty good kicks now.
And these are going to be picked up at the 10-yard line this time.
Oh, he's out the door.
And he's at the 30, he's at the 40. And Wharton, for all he's done tonight for the team, it's nice to see that young man who's been playing well.
Yeah.
Return the ball out to the 49-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop 1st and 10.
Yeah, the kickoff team didn't really hustle on that coverage play, and that's the reason why there was positive yards out of it. They just didn't run downfield and cover and stay in their lanes like they were supposed to. So now the Gold Bugs got the ball at the 49-yard line. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, let's see what they do is right.
Defensively, it looks like, okay, the starting defense are completely all out of the game. This is the JV crew that's in the game now for the Falcons.
All right. And trying to get around, seeing a little bit of space now, is Dalen Malone. The gain of about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah. The dive is wide open, so they just need to run the dive. They might even score.
And the next play, they take it to the 47 of the Falcons. It's a gain of 4 on the play. So 2nd down and 6.
Well, the Falcons are lined up in the neutral zone, so that's going to be a penalty.
The officials didn't throw a flag.
Okay.
And Gatesford going to take the ball inside the 40, or they're going to mark him down at the 41. So gain of 6. Going to throw it over the middle, and this time the receiver never turned around and looked for it. They're going to run that same play, Gary, where they fake it, play action, right over, put it in the belly of Wharton, pull it back, and have a receiver run down the seam right down the hashes, or slant in. This time the receiver was too far deep and didn't look for the ball.
Right, he just didn't have the spatial awareness. I mean, he didn't really recognize that he was in the window at the time the ball was thrown.
Pass incomplete, so it's 4th down now, and this time going up the middle.
Oh, 1st down.
And converting a 4th down is Wharton, who takes it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Gain of 3, 1st down, Gold Bugs. Not very much we get to say that. 15 seconds on the clock, and that might be the final play.
Oh, wow.
Of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, mass substitutions.
So ball in the hands of Gatesford, and he's going to hand it to Wharton, who drives the ball down to the 35-yard line as the quarter comes to an end for a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. Time for us to hit a break. Put your 4 fingers in the air. We'll be back on the other side. It's Millwood football. Brought to you by SSM Health of St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pets.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Fourth quarter is here. And the Gold Bucks will be standing down to second down and a 5 for second down and 6. 60-0 is the score. Falcons put 22 points up in the third quarter, Gary. And it was a very important quarter. Kind of go ahead and recap it here. Based upon Falcon dominance, you wanted to not see a letdown going into the second half of the game, and I thought the third quarter was very indicative of the Falcons playing their best football of the game.
Right, yeah. Actually, all in all, with the exception of the two interceptions, I mean, they've played an excellent football game.
Double wing this time. Falcons with 7 in the box, and this time Wharton finds some more space to operate, and he's going to take the ball down to the 25-yard line, which will be a gain of 10 yards. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, we have a lot of substituting going on. I think everybody's going to get to play tonight. And that's good, because now the coaching staff is beginning to shift. Okay, so the signal's just been sent up to run the clock. Oh, it's an injury. Yeah, but Coach Franklin's telling you to run it.
I understand that. The referee stopped because somebody.
All right. So now going to work.
The referee stopped because of injury. Okay, guys.
So now we're going to work. So now set to go. So 2 receivers, double wing. Ball is snapped in. Gaisford tries to go right up the middle.
Well, that's just old-fashioned quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper down to the 21-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play, second down and 6. We officially have had the running clock now, so unless there is injury, the clock will continue to run. Falcons have been dominant the second half of this game. Ricky Hunt, we'll have to update his statistic. His stat line is going to be very impressive tonight.
Yeah, man.
All right. Jet sweep, going to turn the ball over or give the ball in the hands of DeMarcus Wharton. Has to be the brother of Drake Wharton. He's going to turn the corner and take the ball down to the 12-yard line.
First down for the Gold Bugs.
Gain of 9. So 1st and 10, the Gold Bugs knocking on the door here. Try to find some space to operate.
No, that looks like a busted play in the making.
Gaisford looking over the defense. Ball snapped, and they go right up the middle. And this time, Drake Wharton takes it down to the 9.
Yeah, that's his 137 carry of the night.
No, you didn't.
Gain of 3. They are working that guy, man. I mean, that young man, I mean, you know, they should give him a trophy just for, you know, extra effort.
All right. Going to throw it across the middle. That pass nearly intercepted. Pass deflected where by Kenneth Childs. So 3rd down and 8.
I mean, and this is the JV team that's basically in the game now. And they're actually, you know, really starting to you know, the defensive front is starting to stiffen. And so, I mean, these guys really want to maintain the shutout if possible, or preserve the shutout. And Coach Woods is out on the field coaching them hard, trying to make sure everyone's lined up okay.
All right. Now that everything's set, now the officials are going to reset the 25-second clock. With 8:35 to go. 2 receivers split.
Nice.
Double wing.
So I would throw the ball to number 1 out the backfield. Just let him run up the seam and catch the pass. They loop motion, and they gave it to Wharton again.
Drake Wharton. If anybody deserved a touchdown today.
Oh, he does. With carry 138.
Gain of 2. 4th down and 6. Well, in this situation, they're definitely probably going to put the ball in the air, and it's probably going to be based upon that same passing play that we've talked about before, Gary.
Yeah, I mean it's open. I mean they have a double team on Weston Tucker. No one is over there for number 1 to cover the young Wharton, but they just gave him a loop motion. They're going to run.
And Gaisford's going to take it into the end zone,
and the quarterback steals the glory.
Hey, at least somebody got something out of my work tonight. You said out of his 155 carries that he had tonight.
Yeah, out of those 155 carries, the quarterback keeps the ball and scores instead of giving it to Wharton. Man, I'm Wharton. I'm pissed.
Okay, and Gaisford is hurt in the end zone.
Is he?
Yeah, he's down in the end zone.
Nobody touched him.
Well, something happened when he got to the end zone, but he's hurt down there.
Oh, my goodness.
So he's getting looked at
now.
Oh,
is he cramping up?
Well, he took his helmet off. Hopefully it looks like it's just a cramp.
Yeah.
But needless to say, 22-6 is what the Falcons have outscored them in the second half. And the juniors or the younger players are getting much needed reps to see where they are with things. And again, Alva's still running their ones out there. So it's kind of easy to understand what's going on, Gary. But the other side of this is how difficult, I know for the seniors are like, hey, man, I want to shut out.
Right.
But,
But then there's such a thing as sportsmanship and, giving your teammates an opportunity to play is important. Getting guys, we have a couple of players down there that will be called upon to provide depth for the varsity. It's important that those guys get the opportunity to get some confidence and make some plays. So, overall, it's a fantastic victory for the Falcons. And, if you can bring some other players along in the process, even if it costs you 6, 12, 18 points, it's worth it.
Now, he's up on his own power, but he is needing some assistance to get off the field. It looks like it's a serious cramp for Campbell Gaisford, who is the starting quarterback for the Alva Gold Bugs, but he's trying to walk it off.
Hey, my man Wharton is the one that need to be cramping. Okay. He's the one.
Yeah, if Wharton needed some help at any time, you definitely would want to make sure.
The whole team need to carry him to the bus. Okay? They need to carry him to the bus. They need to get him an extra sandwich and an extra Gatorade after the game, carry him to the bus, put his stuff on the bus, set him right in front of the air conditioner, all the way back to Alva.
Boy, you being real nice.
Hey, that's a long ride to Alva?
Yeah, it's a long ride.
Oh, my God.
And think about it. Next year, you and I are going to be going out there.
Oh, man, you didn't have to even tell me that. Man.
Yeah, so we have to go to Alva.
I didn't even think about that one.
That's the other part about that. This year they came here, and you're talking about a 60-6 game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long ride back home.
That's a long ride back home. In fact, that kind of game, you just go to sleep. You just go to sleep, man. You go to sleep. You eat your food, and you get real full. You catch the itis and just go to sleep. Wake up, you're in Alva.
That's how that's supposed to go.
That's the only way it can go. That makes the trip short. You get a good nap. Then you wake up and at 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning, and you walk and you go home.
I'm glad you got this all down, Gary.
I've done this.
Okay.
I've done this. I've done this.
Now, did the coach permit you to go ahead and talk on a long ride? If you got beat like this, could you talk on the way back on the bus?
Nobody wanted to say a word. So when I played at Langston, we had some struggles. We were in the rebuilding phase, and you know, in my junior and senior year, you know, is when we started winning games, right? Started, you know, going 5-5.
So it looks like the new quarterback will be Dalen Malone. So Malone's under center right now, and he's going to pitch the ball over to Wharton.
Let Wharton score.
And Wharton's going to get it to the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
He can't believe it. Well, anyway, so we would go and play in Miles College down in Mississippi, go play UAPB, you know, and some of those games were far away. You know, we play Prairie View. You know, those are drives, man. And, you know, it wasn't like we was riding, you know, in luxury or nothing back.
You're saying it wasn't a charter bus?
Yeah, it was
a bus.
A charter bus, you know, but some of us had to get on the van, you know. But my point is, you know, we went 5-5. So that means half them games we lost. And so half those games we was pissed. So we just go to sleep. Just get on the bus and go to sleep.
Right.
You know, get your ham sandwiches and your orange and your Gatorade, you know, and go to sleep.
All right. Gainsford walked off, and they got the 2-point conversion. So the score is officially 60-8 right now. And Alva will kick the ball off. Now back to receive the ball deep. I can't tell who that is. It looks like it's Doolin, but it might not be.
In fact, we played against Northwestern and Alva. So, yeah, we went up there twice, and they beat us all 4 years. They were, like, contending for, like, the championship every year back in those days. So, yeah, I've made the long ride to Alva twice. And home, back to Langston.
All right, they're going to kick the ball and kick it out of bounds. So the ball goes out of bounds. So 1st and 10 Falcons from the 35-yard line. 7:40. And I'm surprised the clock didn't run on that snap of that ball.
Attention high school students.
But anyway, it's going to be a legal procedure.
Millwood hallway decoration contest was won by the senior class of 2023.
So, ball spot at the 35-yard line. And let's see here. New quarterback in for the Falcons. Looks like that's ball carrier on that play is number
Josiah Woods.
Josiah, that's who that on that carry?
No, that was a new quarterback.
Okay, Josiah Woods is the new quarterback, okay.
Yeah, and the ball carrier was Deshaun Buford. 34.
And the ball was carried out to the no gain on the play.
Reception by number 13. Yeah.
And pass is complete from Woods out to the 42-yard line.
That was supposed to be a quarterback zone read, but it didn't look right.
It was a zone with no read.
Yeah.
So
he was supposed to pull that ball and get vertical, you know, but he pulled the ball and got behind the running back and kept running outside. He could have just gave it to the running back.
Didn't want to share. 5:56 to go. 60-8 is the score. Running clock, and the Falcons look like they're going to go ahead and go for it now.
Well, they're going to probably get a delay game here. It's 3 seconds left on the play clock. Or they burned the timeout.
So they're going to stop the clock, and the Falcons call for time. So timeout Millwood on the night. And looking at, while we have a chance here, we'll stay right here. So overall on the night, looking at the numbers for Ricky Hunt,
they're gaudy.
Yeah, no, they're unbelievable is what they are.
Yeah.
So it looks like, so he has. That's just insane. I got.
You got to break out the calculator.
Yeah, the calculator is not even telling me right now. So let me just look here. Let me just take a time here and just do some quick math. Carry the two.
You need an abacus?
Yeah, I need something. I need something here. So Ricky Hunt, as it stands right now, has 198 yards.
Goodness
on the night.
Gracious. Go on and give him the ball one more time. Let him get 200.
198 yards and 5 touchdowns on the night.
Oh, shoot.
So back that.
Oh, man. Touchdown. Dylan Daniels.
So Dylan Daniels is going to score off a touchdown pass.
Well, you know, I just
from
figured,
Josiah Woods.
I figured that they would just run it, you know, and try to get the first down, but I guess, you know.
They did. They got a first down.
Yeah, you know, I thought they were just going to run it for a first down.
So the clock is continuing to run.
Oh, my goodness.
66-8 is the score right now. 5:13 to go. And we're going to attempt another extra point attempt. Now it looks like this time it's freshman Denver Young, and his extra point attempt is blocked. So now Zaire Fisher will come out to kick this ball away, but 4:57 to go. So the Falcons are putting up 28-8 in the second half of this game. Clock is at 4:57 in the fourth quarter. And looking at things after this game, the Alva Gold Bugs will be happy to go home,
right?
Because the Gold Bug did not crawl here. They got a matchup on the road against Newkirk before they finally have another home contest against Blackwell on October the 7th. So September 30th they have a game at Newkirk, whereas the Falcons are on the road next week against Chisholm. 7 o'clock kick. You can hear that game right here on Heart and Soul 92.1 and live on our video stream. So 4:57, Fisher is going to put this ball in play. Well, let me correct that. That is not Fisher who's going to put the ball in play. That is Denver Young. Kick the ball off from the 40-yard line. Kick is away. And it's going to be fielded at the 38. And returned out to the 41-yard line. So 4:51 on the clock. So they got the play. And again, on the last possession, Campbell Gaisford, who scored the touchdown for the Alva Gold Bugs, got hurt. 2 receivers split. And giving the ball up the middle. And Wharton found some daylight, Gary. Takes the ball inside the 40-yard line before he's brought down. What a run by Wharton as he takes the ball to the 38-yard line. A gain of 21 yards for Alva.
I mean, hitting that dive play right up the middle, right off the center. He tried to cut back. He should have just kept extending the run down the sideline.
But it was a big run for Wharton. I
Yeah,
think he's just a little mad he didn't get the touchdown. Now, he did get the 2-point conversion.
I know, but they robbed him.
Yeah, as far as I'm
robbed
concerned,
him. Yeah.
as much as I have, he has more blue on his jersey than the white and black jerseys that they have on tonight.
Yeah. And purple, because, you know, he got bruises all over.
And Moore's going to throw it deep over the middle.
Yeah, nowhere close to anybody.
Incomplete pass.
It was a pretty ball. It just didn't hit anywhere.
3:19 to go. Staring down a 2nd down and 10 are the Alva Gold Bugs. They got 18 seconds on the play clock.
2:57.
2 receivers split.
There's a big hole right in the middle of the defense.
And going to give the ball to Wharton, and Wharton takes it right the middle of the field. It's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line. Gain of 6. 3rd down and 4. And hand the ball off to Wharton up the middle again. No, it's not. A nice ball fake. Moore has it, and it's going to be run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. He had me fooled on that one.
He did.
Moore with a beautiful play fake. Did it, delayed for a second. Gary pulled it back out, and then took off to the outside. Nice sweeping play to the outside, taking the ball inside the 10-yard line down to the 9.
Well, what made it
gain
really
of 23 yards.
What sold the play was that Wharton was going upfield, like running, because Millwood defenders were just smacking him. They were hitting him. He sold it. I'm like, hey, man, you've taken enough shots tonight. I mean, he should have gotten the line of scrimmage and said, I ain't got it. Touchdown.
Moore's going to throw to the outside, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown as Moore completes the pass to the outside to Western Tucker.
I saw that all the way.
So Gold Bugs now with a little bit of momentum now with 1 minute and 32 seconds left to go in this one. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Kevin.
Let's see here.
All right. Pitch to the outside. And it's not Wharton, but it's his younger brother.
And he crosses the goal line.
DeMarcus Wharton, who goes in for the 2-point conversion. And the Gold Bugs rolling here in the 4th quarter a little bit with 16 points.
Yeah,
1:21 to go.
Alva might have a little quarterback controversy.
We'll take our last break of this regular part of this game. We're going to take the last one. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in action, helping you get back in action.
Back to the good.
That's
66.
LW good.
Well, it's LW good, but
no, I like the good.
66-16. 1:21 to go.
Say that 4 times real fast.
Okay, well, if I have to do that, then I'll just say it's 81 seconds left. How about that?
There you go.
Onside kick attempt, or just a kick to the sideline.
Oh, and he steps out of bounds.
And, it's a difference of 3 yards, but had it not.
Yeah.
But the ball was kicked and caught out of bounds at about the 32-yard line.
I mean, this is where young players get experience, right? They learn how not to catch balls that are, kicked.
And the thing about it is, folks don't really just understand that after a game like this, the coaching staff for the Falcons will be up here tomorrow morning.
Right. Yep, they'll be up here bright and early. In fact, Coach Franklin might not even go home.
I mean, that's the way this is. They're running the clock with 1:19 to go, and it looks like the Falcons are in the victory formation.
Yep. I mean, honestly, Mo, I have seen, like Coach Franklin, I have seen him
snap of the ball,
stay up here, and he'll wash and dry every uniform, and they will take care of all the guys' socks and everything, and then take them and put them back into the team's lockers, hang it up. They take such good care of the student athletes here, and they work long hours between breaking down film, for correction, getting ready for next week's opponent.
Ball is down, and that should be the final play of the game.
Doing laundry, cleaning up the locker room, cleaning up the indoor facility, the bathrooms. We're really blessed to have the staff that we have here at Millwood.
So when you look at the overall take on the game, it's been an unbelievable performance for the Falcons. As the game winds down to its final moments, and the Falcons are going to win by the score of 66-16. Dominating performance. We'll take a quick break and come back and break this game down and get you set for the next Millwood action next week. You've been listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health in St. Anthony.
Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you. They're now open at Midwest City and still in their Edmond location. Big O's Pork and Dreams feature a menu with your favorite meats, briskets, ribs, pulled pork, chicken, hot links, and more. Big O's has their signature loaded smoked potato with the famous fat butt, also known as a Big Nasty. It's a loaded tater with a spare rib on top. Try Big O's loaded steak fries and barbecue pizza. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations in the metro. In Midwest City, 6003 Southeast 15th, and in Edmond, 285 South Santa Fe Avenue. And both dining rooms have active pure technology to reduce over 99.9% bacteria, viruses, and more. And that's air you can trust. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until the meat runs out. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations, Midwest City and Edmond. Come get you one of these taters.
Did you know that every day someone misses out on a great opportunity, all because of the fear of rejection?
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
And your time, Harrison, Information Services specializes in the highest level of competence, courtesy, and compassion during your family's
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to listen to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student-athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student-athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Welcome to Falcon Postgame, sponsored by the SSM Health and St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. I want to thank all our sponsors, Big O's Pork and Dreams, First Security Bank, Kristen Christie Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, A-Plus Lawn Service and owner Milo Wilson, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation Super Prep, David Threet's Hair Care Cafe, Cosmetology College, and Lamour's Family First DUI School. The numbers don't quite tell the story because Alva actually put up some decent numbers in the second half of this game. Gary, they finished with 222 yards of total offense. Millwood just under 400 at 399. But the story of the game really comes down to 13 carries, 198, 5 touchdowns, Ricky Hunt Jr.
Yeah, Ricky Hunt came up big and just played a heck of a game. It was almost like he was the magic man. Every time that ball touched his hands, he did something fantastic with it, putting on an absolute show, defying gravity in some instances, running backwards, and guys still can't tackle him when he's running backwards. He's stiff-arming guys, going backwards. Heck of a game for Ricky Hunt Jr.
He was impressive overall, but I think even though the score says 66-16, I think the story of the game, Gary, for me, absolutely is the defense.
Yeah, the defense was actually pitching a shutout until Coach Donovan Woods, sacrificed, the shutout for player development opportunities, and he had a mass substitution, was able to get a lot of the younger players in. And I know why they do it. They do it with the objective of trying to bring along younger, inexperienced players, trying to get them some valuable reps at varsity action, get them some confidence, and, with the hopes that, we're going to be bringing these guys along and build depth within our team, build playing experience within our team to prepare us for the third part of the season, which is the playoff run.
Now, if you're Alva, what are the positives you could take away from this game?
Well, some of the positives are they did some really good things against the Millwood starting defensive front when they ran the inside zone, the dive plays, the quick hitters. They also showed that they can do some things with the wing play, right? When they take the wings and put it in routes, they were able to make some completions and get some vertical hits downfield against, Millwood. One of the things that I hope that they learn tonight is that against a faster team that's more athletic than you, it's probably not a good idea to try to hit the edge or try to pitch the ball backwards, running the option against a team that's so fast-flowing. So, but I think that there's something there for them, but I think they need to understand what they do well and stay in that, stay with that, learn how to let the run game complement or open up an opportunity for the passing game and vice versa.
Now, for the Falcons, you clearly have established your identity. 4 games in, you improved to 3-1 on the season. Running the ball sets the tone for your passing game. We've seen the explosive plays on the defensive. What do you need to see on the team on a very big road test against Chisholm next week?
They need to come out with some creative run game strategies, some run game schemes, just right away, right? I mean, just come out running the ball, but don't do it in a very limited way. Come out with some more creative ways to run the ball. Powers, bunch formations, some double tight stuff. Bring Iverson McElwee in the game a little bit sooner, and then when you throw the ball early with such a young quarterback, swing the ball out into the flats. We would call those, swing routes. Throw the out routes, the comebacks, take the vertical shots downfield. If you do, Make sure you're playing field position with that in the event there is a turnover. You know, the receiver can make a tackle and maybe, you know, you can flip the field. You know, you believe it or not, interceptions can be positive, right?
Right.
You know, can be as good as a punt if you're flipping the field in the process.
Well, being honest, the Falcons have set a theme early this season, but the story needs to change as we continue to write the story of this season.
Yeah.
Got to leave those turnovers behind, have a quicker start, and get on top of opponents quicker because the level of intensity of the competition you're playing is only going to get tougher from here.
Right.
Now I want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight. Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers, Langston University, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Guaranteed Rate Rod C, First Security Bank, Christ and Christie of Heritage Funeral Home, A-Plus Lawn Service, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation, Super Prep, David Thrait's Hair Cafe Cosmetology College, and Lamour's Family First DUI School. We're out of here. The Millwood Enrichment Player of the Game, without any question, Gary, is
Mr. Ricky Hunt Jr.
Mr. Ricky Hunt Jr.
D1 Ricky.
D1 Ricky. All right. The Playmaker is how we're coining his phrase. We'll see you guys next week on the road. Falcons are in Chisholm. Make sure you tune in. Listen on Heart and Soul 92.1. And if you can't, catch it on the live stream.
What about tomorrow, Mo?
Oh, well, I mean, we're going to Little Rock. I mean, we are.
Tell them about tomorrow, Mo.
Well, we're going to Little Rock. I
Hey,
mean, what you want me to say? We're going to Little Rock.
What's happening in Little Rock, Mo?
There's a little game, LU against Arkansas Baptist.
This hand.
Okay, yeah. Pregame starts at 5:30, kickoff at 6 o'clock. Want to thank Stevie D holding us down in the studio. You guys have a pleasant night. Mr. Neal producing us tonight. Have a great night. You've been listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Good night.
Good night.
Don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint